Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the stream. I am Bogus Meat Factory. Hi, folks. Good look, we're having a little surprise stream this morning. Hope you're all doing well. We're playing some Palworld today. I was, my brother had set up a server for me and, like, his family and stuff like this, so I've been playing that, and, haven't gotten too far, but I was just like, you know what, this morning, I'm gonna play this anyways. It's my morning coffee, my wake-up routine this morning, so why not play some Palworld and have a good time. I hope you're all doing well. This is a little base I have. It's not much right now. We just started, so like I'm only like level 10 or something, 12, level 12 right now, so not too much. Put the comment in. Won't take very long. What? It'll take 3 hours? Why does it take 3 hours? That's a really long time for a common egg. That's kind of ridiculous. So yeah, we're just playing games right now. We're just doing some stuff here. My little tiny home, my modest home. Herd of man-eating wild pals. Okay. Where are they at? Starting off strong with a raid. Got a nice little base here in the middle of nowhere. It's not much. It's not much. I haven't had time to really flesh it out or make it interesting. Oh, excuse me, little pal. Oh god, they're moving so fast. Oh. Which is great. They all get kind of stuck, and they don't attack us. So like, you can just easy pals. Sorry, little guy. Hold on. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, I was like, you know, I hope everybody had a good weekend. I also needed a nice palate cleanser after yesterday. The Lions, they lost to the 49ers. Couldn't believe it, but it was what it was. Sadly. So we just hit, what, 13? And we need... So our tech tree is kind of weird. I've been picking and choosing because I've been playing a lot on my own. And so I'm like, I don't really need certain things. We can wait until the next big upgrade. We'll be fine. So we need the cooler box to upgrade our stuff. I'll upgrade the metal sphere for sure. And we'll get the crossbow. Why not? Why not? And I've got still 8 to use. I still got a whole bunch just sitting here waiting. Only one playing. So, like, my brother and his kid, they set up a camp. So, like, I'm out here. This is where I am, in Forgotten Island. They set up camp over here somewhere. But I very much was like, you know, I like the seclusion. I like the spot. It's a nice big open flat space. It's huge. This is, like, perfect for base building. And it's just been getting stuff set up. I wanted everything nice and spread out and sparse. And we'll figure things out. I want to know when do I get stone? I get stone soon, don't I? Wall torches, your workshops. One defense wall. So yeah, we'll be getting stone here soon. Yeah, stone there. Okay. Eventually. Alright, so we can have 9 beds total. Or not, 9 pals total. So I need to make another bed. Let's see. Build a cooler box and build a sphere workbench. Yeah, we're not ready for the sphere workbench, but we can make the cooler box. We need ice organs, so we gotta cut some ice. Pals. And I gotta build some spheres for sure. Okay. One thing I noticed that I was like, it was very strange for me. I guess the reason why this is so much bigger is probably because it is a server now. And so, like, it's always running. My cat is saying hello. It's always running, so gotta deal with that, which is very different for me. That's like a different experience. I could never had to really deal with that before. Like, okay, well I have to plan, because I remember when I first started, I had just like quickly made a character, made a base real quick, and logged off because I was watching the Lions game, and And then I come back and like the one pal I had in the base was like dead. I'm like, what the heck? What happened? Oh, I didn't have any food. Like I didn't have the food stuff set up for him yet, and no like recurring resources. So like I didn't have the farm set up or anything. So he was just struggling. All right, let's go mine this real quick. We need all the ore we can get, and it helps that because of the server, the respawns happen really quickly then. Because they, you know, if I'm not playing, they're gonna respawn eventually. Sarcastic friend, how are you? Should put your incubator next to your campfire. Also, good morning. Does that help? Because I put like the stove next to it and it didn't do anything. Did the campfire do something for it? At least I put a chilly one there, like so like it's a cold egg, so it doesn't need a lot of warmth. So it's doing good right now. It's got the 100% boost. Stove might only work while it's being actively used. Okay. Thank you, by the way. And how are you today? Hope you're doing well this morning. Yeah, my max, I've gotten to like level 20. So I started getting into guns and stuff like this with my like solo character. Tired. Didn't really get much sleep last night. I feel ya. I didn't get much sleep last night either. Lions lost. We didn't make it to the Super Bowl, but that's okay. I'm just gonna put this all here for right now. Fill it up with as much ore as we can, and then we'll have my dude run it. So yeah, my goal right now is just leveling. I want to get more tools to at my disposal. There's a dungeon I can go to really quick, probably. This room nearby that I haven't touched yet. Fight some bosses, get some ancient tech. I gotta build that crossbow. I never really used crossbows. I literally spent on my like solo play. I literally had the old bow until I got the musket. Like. And I used it. I used the old bow. It wasn't like I wasn't doing anything. Like, I was using it. I don't know why I used the old bow and kept it for so long. I just didn't need it. I didn't need anything else. Alright. So, yeah, there we go. She'll come in and help with that. And then put this stuff away. This is all temporary. This is not even remotely how this is going to look in the end. I am such a like haphazard organizer. Like I don't until I get a lot of tools and I know how my space is going to be, everything will be moved at some point. Everything. Can't help it. Alright. So we got my team. Morning, Simon. How are you today, my friend? Simon, this is your favorite genre of game. Tree punching. There's a pal ball stuck on my... Alright. So, the cooler box. I can't do this one yet. I'm not leveled up high enough yet. But once I do, I get the next base. I can make another base. So what is my team gonna consist of? I've got... He's a vanguard. He's a runner. Oh. He might be good on the base. Just to carry stuff, essentially. He's just gonna carry and do handiwork stuff. He's a pacifist and a masochist. That's me. Pacifist and masochist. How did they get me on here? So I'm gonna move him over. Oh, oops. Yeah, because he's a vanguard, which means that it's a 10% increase to player attacks. So that's really helpful. What does Sirius do? Work speed is up. What does he do? Carry stuff too. A lot of people playing this recently. It just came out. Something about some enshrouding mist. No, I don't know anything about enshrouding mist, my friend. Sarcastic friend says, yeah, I felt like a dingus the first time I made a crossbow, because why would shoot one arrow when my bow shoot 3? Exactly. Vixie is ferocious attack times plus 20. But the regular type. He's a vanguard, we want him. I think I'm cool with my team right now. Maybe the celery change? Let's change the celery. Work speed plus 50%. Oh. He just gathers, though. It's useless. I don't want to get some poison in the team. I haven't had a least punk. Let's put him in. Let's put him. So these guys will level up as we go. That's a different game. That's Enshrouded, yes. So this is Palworld. Isn't that the name of this game? Enshrouded, Punch a Tree, Open World, Construction, Survival. No, this is Palworld. This is Punch a Tree, Open World, Construction, Survival with Pokemon. Where's this dungeon? It's quicker if I go here. So let's just fast travel real quick. I got me a big old shiny T-Fant hanging out. Hi, little shiny T-Fant. You're so pretty. Coincidental, multiple survival games recently run at the same time. Well, I was gonna say that, like, January is always the year. Like, the beginning of the year is always where the survival stuff comes out. Always at the same time. But Simon, at least with this one, and I will say to this one's credit, Simon, is that, so, because of, like, this Pokemon style, you have a base management. So, they work for the base. Building, working farms, you know, doing that sort of stuff, and like, collecting resources, as well as, like, cooking and all that sort of stuff, and setting up jobs for them. And it's actually very accessible. One of the things that I think is a positive to this game is that it is incredibly accessible to people. There's a lot of quality of life, although there's still a lot of work it needs to do to be better, but it is early access still. And for an early access game, it's very full-featured. It looks so much like Enshrouded. They might be in some legal trouble. Don't, Simon, are you trolling right now? Honestly, are you trolling right now? I am full-featured, Nate. How are you today? A little. Okay, good. Jeez. Because I was like, you can't make that statement without knowing that people think that this is Pokemon. Oh no, good morning. I needed a chaser after last night's loss in the Lions, man. I needed a chaser. Alright, let me get my dude out. Yeah. We want to try to catch as much as possible. You get a lot of XP for catching. Oh, I didn't make any Pal Balls. Shit, we don't want to catch. We're just going to kill. I'm going to go for the kill. That's what we're going to do. But no, Simon, like I was saying, like, to the game's benefit, at least, in this instance, they do something different. There is something a little different to it. The base management is a lot different. Also, I think the world's interesting, and the catching of like, Pokemon, and the pals, I'll say Pokemon a lot. But, the catching of pals and stuff like this, and all the different ways you can use them, there's a lot of different kind of strategies and varieties to gather them, and a lot of discoverability, which is huge. You know me, I love exploration and discovery, and this game does that really well. They have a great balance of, like, collectible things that you want to find and collect, and so they do a really good progression. Do they have simple machines for pals? Oh, hey, you want to see a machine for a pal? You ready? How's this for a machine? How about a simple machine gun? Carrying a liver right now. Isn't that one of the 7 simple machines? It's true. What? Daydream? You okay? Hi, Syndicate friends. Daydream, you're in the way, my dear. A liver is, yes. But no, my pal here, the Lift Monk, I gave him the ability to have a submachine gun that he jumps on my shoulder and uses, which is kind of cool. He does a lot of damage. I'll take it. Door's closed. Okay. But also, like, so it's very much like, hey, this is a mixture of Pokemon, Valheim, Breath of the Wild. You got your climb anywhere. You got your glider. wasn't till the early 20s that I realized how big of a chunk of XP you get for catching 10 of a pallet. Yes, you get a bunch. Always catch. Whoa! Never seen one like this before with the giant cliffside. We're in a dungeon right now, so these are timed. Simon says, I loved Fallout 4's base building. The building mattered, the people mattered, and you could tie settlements into one another and trade. It was all your creation. No Man's Sky had building, but it mattered very little. I was disappointed with the aspect of it. So Simon, in this case, what I've experienced is that everything kind of feeds into itself, which is also really important. So like, your resources are important. Is my character supposed to be Aang? No. His name is, hold on, Bogus McDougal Farts. Hi, Summer, how are you today? Because I am an adult. My character's name is Bogus McDougal Farts because I'm an adult. While you're streaming Palworld, and I'm very curious about why you decided to play this game. What's drawing you to it? Okay, so, Summer number one, the first thing that I was curious about, and I felt was really important, was for me to discover was the game Pokemon with guns. I was curious because everyone's like, oh, it's Pokemon with guns. It's Pokemon with guns. The way it was marketed was such, and I wanted to see, was this game going to live up to its promise? Because in the worst case scenario, I can play it for a couple hours and return it. I was just curious. And then as I played, I realized it's not that. It's a whole bunch more. And while there are guns in the game, that isn't the focus. And it became a game that was a survival game with an interesting twist. It does a really great balance of progression. So as you level up, you unlock new technology stuff that you can learn all the way up to level 50 is I think the max, or 40? 50 is the max. So you're unlocking tech stuff. You fight these bosses that are littered throughout the map to get ancient technology points, which you use for big things like egg incubators, different types of bags, grappling hooks, and other machines. And like you also are unlocking in those tech trees little attachments to your pals. So like Celery's gloves, you can use him as a glider or ride him as a mount. Or in this case, they'll have extra weapons. And I found that like the memes and like the things it was leaning into are like just really silly exaggeration to get people to look at the game. My experience with the game so far has been very predominantly, it's a really fun and interesting survival game, something that we've seen before, you know, but it had a base management system that was very unique to it, and one that didn't, I was immediately like, oh god, I will not be able to do this. I'm not going to be able to play this game. I'm going to obsess over this base management and micromanaging, and it's going to be a problem where it's not going to be fun for me. And that wasn't the case. The base management was actually really accessible and really easy to get into. And it was fun because you were then like assigning all the different pals that you have. So these guys all have different things. So like if you look at let's see, can I look at them? Yeah. So like for instance, they all have different passive skills. Some are better for being in your party, for fighting. Some of them are not good at all. And some of them are for like your base management. So they'll have different qualities and traits to them. You want to pick the right ones that do the right things. They all have different jobs that they do. And so there's also some like tower defense too. You get raided. They have to defend the base. And again, that there's nothing that is useless. None of this stuff is useless. Although like I'm not investing in the repair kit because I'm not in that position where I need it right now. But everything serves some sort of purpose. And depending on your play style or what you kind of focus on, you'll use it. You'll need it. And for me, I like to do a lot more exploration, leave my pals to do the base working stuff and management. And then from there, when I come in, I, help them out with stuff they need, make sure they have their food, and all this stuff is being taken care of. And then from there, build more stuff, expand the base, upgrade it. So you have like your character leveling up, getting new technology. You have your base, which levels up as well based on the things it wants you to build. And then that allows you to build more bases and do a lot more stuff with your thing. It's really great. Everything I've heard and I've seen so far has repulsed me because of the marketing. Yes, responses are generally seeming very generic and mad, but I'm glad to hear that you're finding a lot of enjoyable things about it. It's making me feel like I shouldn't judge it too quickly. So yeah, like I also, to let you know, to preface, like when I play Pokemon, like those are mine. I take care of them. Like I hate the idea of like animal abuse and that sort of stuff. And the marketing was very much like, you can work them to the ground, you know, and like it always kind of made you feel like, and you're like torturing them and like making them suffer. And in the game, it's not like that at all. Like, so you can set it up so that you can make them work harder, but you also like can make them hot tubs and like chill. Like you can make it be like a nice resort. So there's a lot of different things that way people can do stuff. Good morning, DD. How are you today, my friend? There's a lot of different ways that people could do that stuff. And like, for instance, there's a meat cleaver. It's a knife for butchering pals. You get like the meat and stuff like this. So it's like a thing you could do. I'm never going to do that. Never. Never. Yeah. And so I feel you. This is definitely one of those situations where it could be as good or as bad as you want it to be. And for some people, they're like, haha, they're my slaves. And it's like, I hate that. I hate that with all of my heart. Like, that is just the worst thing in the world. Hold on, there's a chest over here. Miss. GT isn't a hooker killing sim? I know, right? Exactly, Dwarven Dad. That's kind of how people treat this stuff, is like, oh, I'm going to take this thing that's more, because like even with the meat cleaver thing, like it's meant to be like, hey, if you have a bunch of pals, it's just an easy way to, like, because they reward you for collecting more. It's like, okay, well, if you're stocked up on stuff, but you need like certain meat or materials to make certain things, you can just use that to get rid of your excess ones and not just like give them away. So now you get the materials for them. Could you imagine if YouTube existed during D&D's younger years and the Satanic Panic? It'd be just like Palworld cruelty videos. Take one aspect and skew it out of proportion. Yeah, and for a lot of folks, that's what they see. They were like, okay, well, that's what the memes are. That's how the game's marketed, so that's just how I'm going to play it. And it's like, it's not even. It's not even. I can pet the animals. And I definitely do. I definitely pet the animals. Like, you can pet the pals. Alright, I don't remember. I'm totally lost. I think we're going back this way. I'll treat my cows like kings and queens and give them the best time on the earth I can. But when the time comes, I like steak. Oh, Dwarven Dad. I get it. There is a cow one in this who is super cute. Oh yeah, we haven't gone this way. This is where we need to go. There's a really cute cow in this. And like you get to like ride him and fly and like go explore and stuff like this. And there's like, poachers that like you stop and you free the pals. Like you save them from poachers. There's a lot of, so it definitely is a game where it's like, hey, do you want to be a bad guy or do you want to be a good guy? Ooh, Dwarven Dad. 7 stream streak, my friend. That's too kind. I appreciate it, DD. You're the best. So one of those things that I also, see or want to stress is that the game does give people the opportunity to be horrible people. It does. And for me, that's just not how I play. That's not what I'm going to do. And it doesn't hinder me to play that way also, which is really important to stress, is that like the game isn't punishing me for playing or being good, which I greatly appreciate. And so for me, I can make that differentiation. Simon says, Fallout 4 let you be a raider, torture, and do horrible things to settlers. I just didn't. Built a farm, and abandoned and abused death claws, and adopted them into my settlements. Yeah. You can technically capture these guys and into a ball, and make them work your thing. Like, you can do that if you want to. I'm not going to, but you could. Also, I remember correctly, I think the worst scenes in any of the trailers showing pals being mistreated were mostly from the Syndicate group. That is also true. This is a wild dungeon. I've never seen one look like this before. This is kind of crazy. This must be like a special one. Aside from the unethical fishing by throwing the electric pal into the water. Yeah, I've never had that. Dwarven Dad says, I mean, just have a prison farm. And you could. For the bad guys, yeah. I still don't even believe in that. I still don't even believe in that. Okay, here's the boss for this. Who got? Ooh, a Melpaca. Pompous Shanks, level 10 Melpaca. We could do this. This is easy. We're more than ready for this. Good ads. Sorry, Melpacas. They could do some damage, is why. Like, we're gonna catch this guy with what little few pal things we have. Oops. Okay. Just waiting. There we go. Oh, let's hope. Wait, come on. Oh, come on. Please. That was my last ball, too. That's my last ball. Whew. Don't be fooled by this pal's fluffy appearance. A hypersonic kick from one of its long legs may send you flying to the other side of the world. I always wondered what would happen if you threw a Pokeball at a human being. Yes, it's true. And you find out in this game for sure. And they give you information about it too, like for each type. There's like brutes, they have grenadiers and all this jazz. You've unlocked wool and fast travel. No, fast travel's always in it, no matter what. But it's not the way that you think. So the world is gigantic, and it's huge. I'll show you the map in a second here. Let's get out. Get the hypersonic cake. Oh! I see what you did, Simon. Look, I haven't woken up yet today, okay? I got my kids dropped off at school. I had my breakfast. So this is the world, the map, and here I am, here. Like, a very small chunk. There seems to be a lot going on. There's lore, which I'm discovering. So, like, there's a lot of lore and information about kind of the world. There's NPC towns. So, like, there's a bunch of stuff that's more than just empty worlds, you know, build in it, which I also appreciate. There's towns, there's events that happen, a whole bunch of things that kind of go on in the world. Do I have a shield yet? I haven't made one yet because I'm just waiting to get to the next tier of it, just because I'm a masochist. That's just how I am. So with all the quick travel, you can only quick travel to any of the locations these markers that you found, but you can only do so at a quick travel location. So you have to go to some place to go to the next place. I am very stingy, sarcastic friend on my technology points. Because I can't waste them. Like, I'm not going to use that thing. I'm not, you know, or I'll get a better one in a bit. It'll be fine. So let's see. I need to build a bunch of balls. I feel like I have 8 points. Haven't used them on anything here. I could get a saddle. Oh, I should get the houseplant set, though. That's important. That's important. Alright, what do I need for balls? Yeah, this character is still pretty new. This is still pretty new. I need... Wait. Can I not make balls on the... I have to have... Oh, that's... Oh. Come on now, game. I have to have the primitive workbench to make the balls. I got rid of my primitive workbench because I didn't need it. Because I had the more advanced one. I just don't get the saddles for things I'm not using. Yeah, it's true. And also, like, some of them, like, oh, those are great for smaller things. If you're, like, the slow ones, they're slow and fast guys. Like, I'm not gonna do that. I do have my wolf dude. He's pretty fast, and so like right now, yeah, maybe I will. I know there's a lightning one that has like a double jump. There's like a super fast, speedy, like lightning llama or a lightning deer or something, and it definitely does. So like also, look, if we, he helps. Oops, he helps in building stuff. The land ball. He's in my party. I throw him out. He helps me build this so it goes quicker. All the deer get a double jump? Nice. Double jumps are very nice. We love the double jumps, folks. We love the double jumps. And as we build, we level up. And our team levels up too. And so everything, again, feeds into everything else. So, hey, if you want to breed your pals into like better, stronger stuff, you know, when you get the ability to do so, you need to have cake. Like, that's a thing. And so you need to then have a wheat farm. And you need to, like, you need to actually build and produce stuff. It can't just sit on your thumbs and just make the next thing and it works. And it does, you know, it does the next thing. Like, you always have to, there's a symbiosis. There's that need to work together with stuff. Things have to like, have purpose and reason with each other. There's that. I'm gonna eventually, hopefully, I can't wait for bigger chests. That's gonna be nice. I can't wait for bigger chests. Alright, technology. Boink, boink. Put it in there. Okay, so that. So pelt armor. Schematic 1. I mean, let's see what it takes to make it. Because I'm wearing pelt armor right now, right? Takes, okay. I need 3 more leather. We can get 3 leather, that's easy. Come on, Lambo. Look at all the wool. So this here is a ranch. So anything that creates a, like a produce of some kind. So chickens, your lamb balls, they'll go in here and do this and like produce stuff like wool. So you get leather from hunting and stuff. So there's certain pal that drop leather, and so you'll just have to go find them. Yep, Ruby's doing her work there, making ingots still. I gotta name my Pokemon though. I need to name them. My pals. I'm sorry, my pals. I can't call them what they are. Oh, I just lit myself on fire. Ah! I got my big Cativa, hanging out. You taking a break? Yeah, on a short break. And so on the pals that are on your base too, they have a sanity meter essentially. That's their morale. That's, you know, hey, you're working them too hard. They're not happy. Like, you have to create positive working conditions. Otherwise, they're going to be really, really unhappy. My Eikthyr needs to chill. He works a little too hard sometimes, and like they haven't got the pathing right on some of the stuff. It's like the Eikthyr, his sanity is right now 69 of 100. Not too great right now. But he also doesn't do what he's supposed to. He's a bit of a mess. He's a bit of a mess. When you kill him, not drop. So if you kill him or you catch him, you get leather. Yeah, I got the alpaca, the big guy. Yeah, he does a bunch of damage. It doesn't do that much. 182 actually is not that much. And he just builds, so he's not really good for what we need. Although I do believe he gets us... I think he gets us the ability to have a higher carry capacity, maybe? No. Some of them do. Some of the pals will increase your carrying capacity, which is nice. What do I got to build? I want to build another incubator at some point. With the way that they take so long now. And I've just got to go over here and help them with this. For some reason, they're not putting the resources in the box that I put out here. And I have no idea why. It's like, here's 3,359 wood. Like, that's a lot of wood. The Eikthyr has been working incredibly hard because it's been all night. Like, they, where? Oh, can't reach the chest. Let's drop it. right here. Put that stuff in there. For some reason, yeah, they're not gathering it and putting it in the chests for some reason. I just can't find a humane way to generate leather. Has there ever been a game where you raise tarantulas and use their shed skin as a resource? That would be cool. I would love that. That would be great. Hey, buddy, how you doing? Boink. That. Who's a good little, I don't know what you're called, whale petit ant. Aw. That's a shiny one. So they're bigger, and also they get the lucky trait, so that increases a lot of stuff. They have a big increase in everything. The other stuff that falls on the ground, or at least the ones with moving or whatever. Really? Because, like, yeah, in my solo one, they were moving that stuff all the time, which is why I was so confused. They were moving that stuff all of the time. Did I get my balls? Yes, I got my balls. I haven't caught me a rush ore yet, so let's go catch one. Hey, dude. Oh, a little too much. A little too much. I got my leather. I got some leather, though. So I'll take it, I guess. Whoops. I like to put your lizard guy in there. I think he's exclusively picks up stuff, so you just grab your shit off the ground and put it in a chest. Yeah, also the land balls do that too, and the cadavers do, but they do a bunch of different other stuff, and so like their priorities are a little off. Kind of weird. Like, yeah, they definitely prioritize different things. Cadavers don't do leather. T-fonts don't do leather. Now, rubies I don't think do either. It's, let's see what we got. Every game needs a glider now. Like, everyone suddenly rediscovered Super Mario Bros. 3. It's true! Gliders are fun. They also have grappling hooks, too. Grappling hooks are also big. There's Nike through here. Let's throw you out. I haven't had you before. You're cool looking, dude. Oh, Ike through deer, don't run. Don't run from me, Ike through deer. You also get the materials from catching them too, so like... Oh, not when they do that, though. We got 3 leather. Ike through deer drop a bunch of leather. I notice sometimes they can get a bit janky, but I don't know what causes it. Like, if it's having too many people grabbing stuff or whatever. So the server code is still a little laggy. There's rubber banding still, too. Like, if you have a bunch of people, it rubber bands a lot. There's a lot of stuff going on. Is that a black Charmander? No, he's poison type. This guy is a little, he's a little Leespunk. And it detects nearby dungeons. Ooh, that's fun. What's his Paldex say? I want to know what the Leespunk does. Or what his thing is. What's his deal? A pal that always takes great care to maintain a stylish stance, always on the hunt for the coolest poses. If given a mirror, it'll spend all day posing in front of it. Oh, you're so cool, Leespunk. It's wearing a hoodie. It absolutely is. It's so stylish. He's so cool. We need to get these dudes, the pangolins, because they have ice stuff, which we need for the cooler. I need to pack him up, because he'll kill the thing. He'll do too much damage. Come here, little guy. This is why I also need ranged weapons, because these guys love to run away for too high a level. Oh, I didn't mean to kill you, I'm sorry. Doing too much damage. But there's a lot of cool ones. So, like, I have a question, like, and I know a lot of folks are like, yeah, that's a Pokemon. It's like, I don't remember Pokemon looking quite like this stuff. Some of them do. Some of them do. Like this, I can see, like, it's a mixture of, like, a Furret and a Dratini, right? Martin, how are you today? I can see, like, oh, that's a mix of a bunch of different Pokemon. But I've never been like, oh, yeah, that's clearly that. I'm a VTuber now. Yeah, well, I'm a PNG tuber, please. No, someone, my good friend, Wilco Web did a bunch of a pixelated me and did like the animated with a GIF and stuff. And so I was like, hey, can I use that? I'll take the frames and I can put it into this software called Honk and actually animate it. He's got it made circuit. He is indeed. Okay, oh. Yeah, it goes really well. There's some little things, like I need to change the blinking animation, because we did it a little weird, and so I gotta fix it at some point. Not completely, no. So from time to time, I'll do one. It depends on what I'm doing. Like right now, it's a casual easy stream. If I'm doing like the art streams and stuff like this, I'll probably be on camera. It depends on if I'm doing a lot of talking. There's a pal that looks just like Eevee. Which one? The hold on, it's up here at the top. This one? The Cremis? It looks a lot like one, yeah. It's like a sheep one. Compared to Lamball, it has finer wool and a temperament more suited for domestication. However, it was historically always been kept as a pet. Cuteness is considered a virtue. I'd be sad to not see your face ever again. Oh! Martine, thank you. That's very kind of you. That is very nice of you. No, I just do this one. This is just, you know, I'm just having fun with it and enjoying it for a little bit. I like my my body language, my flailing, and my stupid smile 24/7 that I can't like help. So we're just doing some exploring in the woods here. We're, as you can see, like we've been running around for a long time, and we haven't even explored like all of this tiny little island that we're on. I figured. Ow! I figured. Yeah. I just need your leather, my friend. I'm sorry. I should be catching. You get so much more XP for catching. But I'll catch the rubies and stuff like this, I think. So the creatures are obviously Pokemon ripoffs, but is the gameplay anything like it? Not even remotely. Not even remotely. Oh, there's a black one that looks like one. Are you thinking the Maw? This one? That looks, it's not an Eevee, it'd be like a little bit like a whatchamacallit? Espeon? Is that right? But no, so Martine, there is, so like to explain the game, I mean it's a survival game. It's a survival crafting game. As its primary thing. And oh, hi Memoros. Please don't attack me. I'm a good guy, I promise. I'm a good guy, I promise. I'm just catching. Oh, I'm hungry. Looks like any third-person open world game, really. So yeah, it's a third-person open world survival crafting game, right? But you're collecting these guys. They can work on your base, and they all do different jobs and have different abilities that can perform certain tasks. So for a lot of the time, you are typically exploring, discovering stuff. There are stuff like this. Yeah, the Sealed Realm of the Abyssal Knight. Like, it's a level 23 dungeon area where there's a Fellbat. A big guy. It's a big Pokemon. It's a pal, sorry. The only aspect of Palworld that's like Pokemon is that it's also a monster collecting game. Not much aside from that, yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Kuna says, my bad. It is the first one you showed. The Cremis, yes. You could have sworn it was black. That's okay. Let's go. These are poachers. The Syndicate thugs. So I know that there are 3 different factions kind of like fighting in this world. So there's the Syndicate. There is like this this league of people that are like the freedom of pals. Like they're meant to be free, and they're like this extremist organization, like the religious extremists, and they attack everybody. It's kind of wild. And then there's like this quote unquote society one, and none of them are good. All of them are bad. Oh, I missed. All of them are bad. Yeah. I had a 73% chance. Come on. What? Come on, a 73% chance.
Yeah.
That one just didn't want to get caught, dude. And so there is a plot too. There's like a so I leveled up, so now I have a new tree to go into. So the sphere workbench I need to get into. And the mega spheres I can build. I can do wall torches now. So I can be able to upgrade my base when I come back now the next time. I think I know what you're talking about, Kuno. But I forgot what it's called. There's I think a dark evil looking thing. So there are variations of PALs too, based on a lot of different factors. But there are variations that you can get into from different regions and environments. So it's not like so there is definitely some stuff to shake things up. Oh, there's a dude hanging out over here. Catch me a Chickapee. No, I'm sorry, Chickapee. I'm supposed to catch you, not kill you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to crit. I'm sorry. I actually killed the Chickapee. I can see why the Pokemon people are a bit upset, but honestly, it's not like they invented monster collecting. So the Pokemon fans are upset. The Nintendo is just like, we get like the things that they've said for the most part is we've been getting a lot of people telling us we need to investigate this. We'll look into it, and it's like they don't. It's not there. They didn't steal the stuff. Clearly inspired, absolutely. Did they absolutely mix and match like Pokemon into a thing? Absolutely. But like they took a bunch of different aspects of ones and kind of merged them together. Not played it, but Google suggests a lot of the origins of Pokemon are inspired by the Megami Tensei series. Martin, like they're inspired by Japanese culture and folklore and real life creatures. Like there are so many instances where the Pokedex entries for certain Pokemon seem insane. And then you look at the thing that it's inspired by, and it's just as insane in real life. The real life creature that it's inspired by. And so we take inspiration from everything. From real life animals, from cultural animals like folklore and cryptids and these sorts of things. We take influence from those things. Those things shape what we decide, like, or inspire us artistically. And sure, like, these people are clearly inspired by Pokemon. They are. It's clear as day. They are inspired by Pokemon. Do you think that they plagiarized? No. The deer-looking pal with the long antlers reminds me of the animal from Princess Mononoke. Yeah. Is it true that the original 150 Pokemon are all present in actual Japanese nature? Yes. So you guys, Dick Friend says, the thing that confuses me with hate from Pokemon fans is like, do they not know indie MCGs exist? Like, I loved me some Koromon and Temtem. Yeah, Sarcastic Friend, that's the thing. And I think that their frustration is far more, we want that thing. And there's a lot of folks that are mad about, like, oh, you know, it depicts, like, abuse of these animals in the marketing. 100% right. You should be pissed off about that. That's terrible marketing. And all that's doing is kind of creating or encouraging, not creating, encouraging a more toxic community of people and players, right? So there's folks who will come in and embrace it and be like, haha, they're my slaves now. Get to work, slaves. Like, and that shit's not okay. It's not. Straight up. But for me, I don't play that way. And I don't engage in any kind of mechanics that kind of work that way. Or even kind of allude to that concept. But I see that people being mad about that. Sure, absolutely. Like that is a very valid like critique and a very valid like, hey, you know, that isn't the whole point of this game either. And yeah, I don't know. It's weird. But like everyone's saying like, oh, they're plagiarized. They're just trying to find any reason to kind of defend the thing they love. Is it something that comes from a place of jealousy? For some people, it is. For some people, they want a Pokemon game like this, but they want Pokemon. And so they're mad that that's not made, and they're mad that some other company's doing it, and also using something that looks kind of similar or Pokemon adjacent, And so they're just like, why aren't we getting that? And they're just misplacing their frustrations. Martin says, people who defend a megacore are kind of wild anyways. Absolutely. Kuno says, I look at it this way. Nintendo is draconian about their IPs. The trailers for the game has been out for quite some time, and Nintendo never sent a cease and desist letter to the devs. Nintendo's okay with the game. That's where I stand, Kuno, as well. Nintendo wasn't like, we're not aware of this game. I've never heard of this game. They're absolutely aware. They're aware of the most smallest thing. And if them or the Pokemon Company felt that they had any legal sway in terms of shutting it down or taking legal action in any way, they would. They would. Pokemon fans are aware they're allowed to play other games, right? Yeah, Martin. What's strange, too, is that, like, for me, I remember when Sword and Shield was coming out, and people were yelling about it being lazy. And I was like, no, it's a fun game. I enjoyed it. I like Pokemon games. I love Pokemon games. They're fun. It's like, I enjoyed it. I can't tell you how many people on Twitter at the time, it was 3 years after I put out a tweet about that, where people still would dunk on me and tell me how much I was a pathetic loser I was. And how, because I was like, they were also talking, like, they were big fans of Yokai Watch. Because they're like, Yokai Watch is better, and it is more popular than Pokemon. And it's like, it's not more popular than Pokemon. Like, you're delusional if you feel that Yokai Watch is more popular than Pokemon. That's crazy. And so then, but they would, for years afterwards, sit there and just talk shit about me on that one tweet for 3 years. It was so wild. It was so wild. Zerfall, welcome, by the way. Yeah, especially since both companies are in Japan. They know their laws. The laws there well, absolutely. Kuno says, now there was a mod that changed all the pals into Pokemon, and that dev got a cease and desist. They got a cease and desist like minutes after that trailer dropped. They were shut down. Minutes. In fact, Nexus Mods refused to host any Pokemon mods for Palworld. Absolutely. What, you like Pokemon, you fucking loser? Yokai Watch is where it's at. Those people must be hearing. You'd think, Martine, you'd think. I got into there's no way an adult human is going to dunk on someone for liking a thing they don't. Right? Right? Yeah. I'm going to tell you the story. Sorry, we're not playing. I'm ranting right now. Yesterday, I'm in this Discord for video game stuff, you know. One of many video game communities. And it's one that typically has people who are like, hey, if you're going to, like, bring something up, you need to bring up, like, an arguing point. You need to come in with facts and information and, like, reasoning behind your conclusions. And a person jumps in and is immediately, like, talking Zomblizzard, like, talking about Blizzard Entertainment and, like, calling them zombies that lie, Zomblizzard. And, like that's a dumb name. Like, why? What are you doing? Like, what is that? What purpose are you serving for having that name? And, like, is there any derogatory name for a game company that is in any way informative, productive, and not toxic? And they just started, like, Naughty Dog shit. And I'm like, are you a teenager? Like, are you a young person? Like, I'm 37. It's none of your business, but I'm 37. It's like, you're 37, and you call Naughty Dog shit. Like, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with you as a person? Martin says, I watched a Mystery of the Druid stream the other day. It's an incredibly bad game, so I figured it must have been written by some teenager. Anyways, I look it up. The writer was 32 years old at the time. Sarcastic Friend says, from what I heard, the creators of it had the gall to charge for it, or at least profit from it. Oh, yeah, for the the Pokemon one? Yeah, they locked it on their Patreon. So if you wanted it, you have to go on their Patreon and get it, which is doubly bad. Kuna says, in all honesty, I bet Nintendo didn't really care about Super Mario on the Commodore 64, but they have to strike down any IP infringements, no matter how small, to protect their IP. One of the biggest things with the IP infringements isn't necessarily they care a lot about, like, when people use the IP for a standalone thing. Like, they don't give a hoot about Mario Kaizo mods, right? Because they're still using Mario in the Mario game, and they've modified the levels and stuff like this. They don't seem to care about that stuff because also people aren't profiting from it, and it's not somebody trying to be like, here's I remade Mario 3. It's like, no, you can't make our levels. You can't use our stuff in those kind of ways. Like, they're very particular about how you use Nintendo things. Also, so when people go like, I made Metroid 2 remake, like, no, that's ours. You can't do that. People making like a Metroid randomizer, they're like, whatever, fine, go for it. No way they were 37, says Simon. They were absolutely 37. Martin says, I just assume when people do something bad, they must be kids. It's what I'm saying. Absolutely. And how on earth did they think they could publicly show off a Pokemon mod for sale? I don't know, sarcastic friend. So what I said to the person, when I was just like, with that person in that argument about like the names and stuff like this, my main argument point was just like, hey, no one's going to take you seriously. No one is going to take your opinion seriously, or you as a person seriously, if you like behave that way in public, in a public forum. Like, is it informing you, somebody, of something? Is it a name that is giving insight into your stance on this besides you hate it? No, it's not. Is it helpful? Because like some of them he would use, like he did Scam Soft or something like that, and it's like, what company is that? What company is that? What, I don't even know. Like, and yeah, it's like, it doesn't inform anybody of anything. It's just toxic for toxic's sake. It doesn't achieve anything. And you can use actual words to discuss your distaste for a company with reason. So, hey, you think that that's the case? What do you hate about Blizzard that makes you want to say that name? And there's like, haven't you read the news? And it's like, no. Tell me, like, what specifically do you not like about them? Inform me then. If you're going to sit there and say their shit and just constantly say their shit over and over and over again and use stupid childish names, what about it do you not like? And they wouldn't answer that. They didn't answer that question. That's wild to me. Adults do plenty of dumb crap. Indeed, Dwarven Dad. That type of bad, not Neil Breen bad. Yeah. They were not a chat bot. They were not. I wish they were. Sorry, this guy's a PAL merchant, so we can like buy and sell him. He's a good PAL merchant. He's not a bad one. There are some that are really like evil. Like, I have a Kelp Sea, but it's destructive and a pacifist, so it's not helpful in any of the fronts. So it like doesn't do good work in the base. It doesn't do great work on the field, and it's like, it's the only one I have, so I'm keeping him. But it makes me sad. Like, I have to sell him at some point. Ooh, motivational leader. That Katava needs to be on the base. He improves people's work. Oh, there's also this dude. Hi. Got a bunch of wandering merchant. Got some good items in stock. So he gets special schematics. Yeah, Martine, there's the thing. All mega corporations, there's companies that aren't bad. There are. But the bigger they are, the worse they are. The bigger they are, the worse they are. And people will sit there and say, like, people are like, oh, Nintendo's not bad. They make great games and nobody complains. And I'm like, have you seen the offices of Nintendo? Like, they work people to the bone. They absolutely do. Are you kidding? You think that it's all nice and fluffy? It's like, oh, this company has a slide. It must be great to work there. Oh, it has its own like restaurant and you get free food there. And it's like, yeah, they give you free food because you're working 20 hours a day. Like, they expect you to stay there. Oh, we got these really comfortable beanbag chairs. Yeah, they expect you to sleep there. Do you not get it? You not get it? Like, come on, man. So I can get little hats, like a low-eared headband, a witch hat. Ooh, witch hat. Farming hat. A bowler hat. Oh. I want a bowler hat with my dude. Let's buy that. Let's buy it. Yeah, I don't need anything else. So I get a schematic for a bowler hat that I can make when I get home, which I'm totally gonna wear. Because look at this guy. He's perfect for a bowler hat. Sorry, I just spent all my time just kind of sitting here ranting and raving. Did we... Hold on. We didn't level up again. It's just saying, like, hey, you have unused technology points. It's like, yeah, I know I do, guys. I know. I worked at a place where they had a ping pong table. My boss had big dreams of being a cool boss and being a great company to work for. Then they cut our lunch to 30 minutes and didn't shorten the workday. It's amazing how fast everyone started leaving at 5 on the dot. Well, there's also technology here, too, but I do have unused stat points as well. Just increase my stamina. It's wild, and I'm one to talk. Also, yeah, also the guy said that I didn't come up with any better derogatory terms for companies, so therefore I have no right to criticize them. And I was like, dude, that's not how this works. The whole point is to say that there are no good ones. Like they're doing. They're skating on their front hooves. Are you guys okay? Do you need help? Oh, that's why they're quote unquote swimming. They don't have a swimming animation. I'm sorry. Oh, there we go. Oh, right through there. You're right. Yeah. Look, a good company is going to have realistic expectations of their employees and also be understanding of people's life situations. Like, so many things go on in our life, and be actually like understanding and compassionate, where they take the people over the actual product more important. And having a vision and having like and caring about and expressing that properly to people and not using people to achieve that vision. Having people get behind that vision and not exploiting them because of it. So many times people are like, hey, we're going to make great games and we're going to do these big things. And if you do what I say, we're going to achieve great, awesome stuff. But also work, 14-hour work days, 7 days a week. Because that's how we're going to get our vision made. And it's like, that's not realistic and that's not true. It's wild. It's so wild to me. The corporate mindset is strange. And it's like, yeah, we all have wants and desires and visions and hopes for like the future and things that we want to create and need the help of other people to create. But you don't do it at the cost of everything else. Did we just kind of go around this whole island? I think we did. I just did a complete circle. Good morning, Mojito. How are you, my friend? It's good to see you. I was just, had a little morning Palworld because I was going to play anyways. And I was like, I'll just stream and talk. I didn't get to stream yesterday. Tonight we're going to be playing more Schism. Schism. Please, somebody, anybody. I wish I had money because I would put a bounty out. I would put a bounty out on someone if they could logically explain to me and have me comprehend that coordinate change puzzle. Oh, let's go hunt some syndicate thugs. Leave the land balls alone. Ow, land ball. I'm trying to save you, land ball. You good, land balls? I got you guys. Wait, everyone has hopes, dreams, visions, and desires, even employees? No. Yeah, right, Simon? Like, I would say, like, yeah, the company's worst thing, the most hated thing the thing companies hate the most are people with families. You can't dedicate your entire life to my vision in my hopes for making money and being rich. How dare you? He glitched out, poor guy. Oh, this is a different colored Mao. So what is it? Is it a crystal Mao or a gold Mao? What is this one? A Mao Christ. Its crystalline tail is beautiful, but shatters when this pal dies. Some believe it is good luck to raise one, so Mao Christ in captivity are treated with great care. That's cool. Marxism intensifies. Did you just stab somebody in the butt? Yes. Yes, I did. Of course I did. He was a poacher. He was a bad guy. Of course I'm going to stab him in the butt. If you have an opportunity to stab a bad guy in the butt, are you going to stab him in the butt? Mojito asks, is it warming up over there? Yes, it is in the 40s today. Going to be in the 40s tomorrow. It was rainy all weekend. Like, ugh. It's not looking good, Mojito. Not looking good. So we're going to go fast travel back to our base here real quick. I got to go to the church. There's an abandoned church over here. It was raining all weekend here too, yeah. But like, it's just, it's wild. Hi, little rush ore. I had to get rid of him. You can also do that too, like if a Al's like gonna do a super move and they're targeting your team, you can just then recall them. We're not back to normal temps here. Not mild. I mean, it is a mild winter here, but that's not normal for us. I mean, to give you like an understanding, a couple weeks ago, we were in the negatives Fahrenheit. So, like, it's not normal that they go from that to being 40 degrees, like, on the drop of a dime. I want to go down here, but I feel like I won't be able to get back up if I do. There's something special down there, I'm sure. Once I get a flying pal, I'll probably be able to do it. Mnemonic Man, good morning. A couple weeks ago, we were frozen solid here, which is not normal. Yeah, so like we had literally antithesis. Oh, I think I need a silver key for you, don't I? I don't have a silver key. So there's lore. There is lore to the game. There's things to discover. There's so many things to see. I mean, like I said, we've only discovered such a small portion. This is all zoomed out right here. But, like, there's, like, ruins, and there's some islands that are not cool. I'm sorry, Mnemonic. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I'm here while playing games while you have to go work. Let's look at this the crystal Mao Christ. So it's, what, ice? It's got ice missile and air cannon. That's nice. Oh, he's good for mining. Let's start building some stuff. We got a bunch of things. Let's see what we have to build. I need to build the ice box. I've got enough ice organs, yes. Let's build the ice box. Just gonna put it right here for right now. This is just to upgrade our stuff, like my base. I am not... This is, like, I like to build once I have enough tools to build. Like, enough variety of decorations and, like, styles and types and stuff like this. The boar is super good for mining, especially if you're riding him. It's true. Just have to cosplay as a good employee for the day. Well, Mnemonic Man, thank you for the lurk. I'm here. Don't worry. Don't worry. I am here. All right, so I got to build also the hell. Okay, so I need nails. Okay, we can make nails. Hey, that's what that was, right? Am I crazy? This your workbench? Yeah. We have stuff to make nails, so we can do that. I got the ingots. What is this? Oh, the bowler hat. I was watching Sarcastic Friend, someone play, and they had the big Mastodon dude. And so they would ride him, take him to an area where there's a whole bunch of the ore, and then just stomp. And just, it would like destroy all the ore nodes, and then just grab them. And that was it. There you go. Making my bowler hat. For my weird, freakish dude. Oh, a syndicate scouting party's coming. Okay. Let's go fight off the bad guys. They are right at. Here we go. We're also in a position that's actually really good. The raids can't like get to us, so we're really well protected because it's raised. It's like a big raised circle here, so that's very helpful. I'll send another Lee's Punk. Wow, Lee's Punk. You're too cool, dude. And they're focused on getting to our base, which they can't get to. So, like, again, their AI is not the best right at the moment. It is in early access, I will still stress. Those hips don't lie, that's the truth. I had to have a screaming honkin' badonkadonk, that's for sure. I mean, who wouldn't? If I gotta look at my character for 20,000 hours. I hated that excuse for MMO people. They're like, I always pick hot characters because I'm gonna have to look at them for a while. And I was like, I'm always in first person. I'm always in first person. Like I don't look at my character. I've been immersed in the world, okay? Sorry, it's just how it is. Oh, so I have to use it for him to find it. Okay, that's interesting. So he pings for dungeons. If you ever want to find dungeons, you can use him to ping for it. That's cool. Call him, and then send up my land ball to help me with this. I want this bowler hat. That's why I make freaks. Because again, I'm gonna play for 2,000 hours, so I should enjoy the view with my freak. I have to go check out. Yeah, I have to show you my brother's base compared to like mine. It's very silly. Head. Oh, look at it. Oh, it gave me hair. Don't give me hair. Nope. Bowler hat's going in the chest. Not okay. You don't just add hair. Nope. Bowler hat's going in the chest. Not putting up with that. Fire Bryce, how's it going, dude? It's good to see you. How are you? Nope, no hair. Yeah, you gotta go bald. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Alright, so we need to make like... let's make 10 nails. You be chilling? I like it. I can't complain either. I'm chilling as well. Had a really rough week. This last week was so busy and so chaotic and hectic and stressful. We have a new cat. Our old cat. He's almost 2 years old. He's like 1.5. Excuse me. Not too keen. We intentionally sequestered him to get comfy. But I have kids. They open doors. And our older cat is like just scared. He's not mad. He's not angry or like attacking our new cat. But like he's scared of her. And she's only 4 months old. Scared to death. And he'll get used to it. We're doing the slow introduction. Like we're really taking it slow. And getting used to the smells and introducing the smells and stuff to him and stuff like that. Like it's not, you know. But it's still a lot of work. And then like my oldest just got braces. Really started getting braces. So we got her first for like front 4 teeth braces. And so like she was really scared about that. And, like that's super stressful. And she loves it. It's actually the most shocking thing in the world to me is braces. So when I don't know, braces are not as crazy as I thought they would be. It's kind of crazy. There's not a lot of hardware involved so far in this process. They literally just glued 4 little pieces of metal to her front teeth and had a wire connect it. And that's it. And like and they put these little rubber bands to keep the wire in place. And not really rubber bands, but you know what I mean, the little elastic bands or whatever to keep them in place. And that's it. And they're like, yeah, this is just how it's gonna be. And I'm like, that's it? That's it? And they're like, yeah, we're good. And I'm like, huh. I'm gonna get a metal. I didn't get a metal spear yet, so I need to do that. Oops, I thought I repaired you. Repair. You gonna repair? There you go. I need to build a metal spear. I thought my son was going to need them, but then one day his teeth were straight. Yeah, so like my oldest, her situation is that like her palate isn't big enough. And so she had to have a palate expander in her mouth for a couple months. And we had to for a long time, we had to turn a little, have this little key, fit it into the roof of her mouth and turn it. Yeah, and so we had to do that, and then she needs braces, of course. So I want to put heat next to your eggs so badly to see in this current time. No, so it's not the heat that's the issue. That's just it being on a server. It's it being on a server. Watch! I'll put heat next to it. Watch. It's not going to speed up dramatically. Watch! It's not going to be 5 minutes. It's because it's an online server. I had the key thing. It sucks. See, look. It is now 2 hours and 6 minutes. For a common egg. Yeah. I'm going to take the stone spear and discard it. Did I get the metal one? I did. I got the metal spear. Okay. They had to pull teeth to make room. Oh my gosh, Dwarven Dad. Oh, that's terrifying. Okay, so, what do I have here? I've got one piece of ore there. I need more storage so bad. This is a problem. See, I don't have any. There we go. Health of that. Schematics. Other medicine. I wonder if they increase incubation time in the settings or if we decrease jars. Maybe, sarcastic friend. I don't know what they did for their settings, honestly. I don't know. I'm about halfway to leveling up. Oh, I gotta dump my bullets. I don't have any bullets right now. And that we can dump our nails too. In not this one. This one? There you go. And where's the spirits? All spirits. I'm looking for anything else I need. Okay, so I need to build another chest. I might. Oh, hungry again? Dude, I just ate, didn't I? Yeah, I know what's great about the game too is that they do allow for like huge amount of customization on just the settings and how the game plays, which I think is absolutely stellar. Let's see, so am I ready to, I have to build the box, the Pal shelf, the Sphere Workshop. Shoot. So they really make it available like for people to be able to build and have it progress the way that they want, which is really, really nice. I'm very thankful for that stuff, because that's really a big deal. Oh, man. The one thing I hate is that, like, you can't... here, we'll put it here. You can't adjust the distance on what you're building. Even if I don't touch most of them, I love seeing huge option menus. Look, that's one of those things, too. Like, I'm sitting here, and I'm looking at all of the stuff they kind of already put into this. Simon, this is... it can be offline single player. It can be peer-to-peer. So, like, online when... Like, people can just join your multiplayer game if you want to. Like, you can open it up to people. Or it can be a dedicated server. So, like, I'm on a dedicated server right now. Now I can tear this down because the only thing it has is oh god, what am I doing? Yeah, I can tear that down. Alright. Sorry, yeah. They offered so many options for players that, like, I don't see this coming from a bad place. I don't see this coming from like a manipulative or exploitive place. And the developers themselves say, like, yeah, we are in the business of iteration. So, like, we see a game that's really popular, or a series that's really popular, and they constantly, a lot of times, those things are always trying to reinvent the wheel. And it's like, we want to just take that idea and then iterate on it, and just, or make the game that we want to make that is kind of like that. And so we do. And then that's this. Like, that's what happens. I can make a second base now. And I'm still level 14, okay. So what do I want to do? I've got some choices. I gotta build some more chests. So I might throw some chests like right out here somewhere. Just some basic chests. Oh, you know what I can do? Hold on. I should build some barrels. And crates and such. Yes. Some barrels down. Why not? Yeah, let's put this here. As storage instead of just chests. Like the same amount of storage, almost. Almost. Put some eggs in there, put some schematics. I don't need that nonsense. Let's go cooking. Yeah, let's make our... Oh, God, get off the fire. I wonder, now that the game is outish, early access, who will put in more work? The devs or the modders? I think that the devs are going to really put in a lot of work to this. One feature I love is that crafting items takes materials from your base and not just your inventory. Yeah, that's something also that Return to Moria did. And even like if it was in someone else's inventory or on the ground on your base, yeah, just pull it up and like, yeah, that's you have that now. Like it's usable in the crafting, and that's helpful. That's a good quality of life. And there's some more quality of life it needs. Like I would love the ability to assign beds to pals. Like this is your bed, you know, and like. And also to be able to, like, manage the jobs a little bit better. So that they can be doing the stuff I want them to be doing. Instead of just trying to meet whatever job needs they want. That they kind of feel they should do. So I can manage those jobs a little bit better. But I still think that, like, yeah, for a game that just came out and is in early access, it's very feature-rich. There's a lot of content. There's a lot of activities. There's a lot of things you can do. A lot of stuff to build with. The biggest thing that I want them to work on right now is how targeting interactables currently work. It feels so janky when you have tables and chests too close to each other. Yes. Yeah. The kind of not really the hit detection, but like the detection of when what thing you're actually using. Yeah, because like here and then oh, there it is. It's kind of janky. Alright, so I gotta dump these bars into something. There's no space in any of these things. I was putting stuff, I'll put it over here with the ore. But the devs have said like, oh, we got a better response than we were expecting. Like, just so you know, like, we're getting people. Like, it's okay. Like, we're not... This isn't, you know, some mindless cash grab. Like, we really are trying to get something good going on here. And, like, just please be patient. Remember the big interactables we worked in Stardew Valley? It was wonderful. Yeah, absolutely. Let's go do some exploring. I want to go show you my brother's base. His base is much nicer than mine, I think. Let's see that. He's like, hey, you can come over to our place and see our stuff and like hang out with us. And I was like, I want to have my own little personal space. Like I want to have it away from everybody and just be a little bit of a hermit. And I'm not going to tell you where. You're just going to discover yourself. But I'll join your guild, and yeah, we'll do that stuff. That's fine. Oh, our quick drop stuff in chat. Oh, right click does too. Right? Right click does too. So this is his right here. This is what he's doing. Without mousing over it. Oh! How do you mean? If I got a whole bunch of stuff like auto drop in things that are already in the... Oh! I see. Thank you. I did not know this. So this is his little base. This is what he's got going on. He's got themselves their hot tub. And yeah. The other guy's working hard. Look at this. They have 2,341 stone. Get your stone! He has an alarm bell. Oh, he's got a sweeper. He's cute. Oh, this is his little workbench area. I love it. It's quaint. They have 30 Palspheres sit there. Oh my gosh. Oh, my brother. The one brother that I talk. It's the only family member that I have in my life. The one that I get to talk to and like see. So let's go find some stuff. Let's go there. Oh, lots of guys are sleeping. Let's go collect ourselves some pals. I think I need just a couple more Catavas to get 10 and get a big EXP boost. So let's do that real quick. The daydreams I don't think we've gotten yet. Oh, we got another Valheim server going again? Nice, DD. Oh, sorry, when it killed you, I'm sorry. I'm too powerful. Ooh, Hukrates. It's a Socrates owl. No! Ah! Stop killing everything! My weapon is too powerful. I've upgraded to the metal spear. And so I'm doing more damage than I used to. There. I have two. One I don't talk to. My family life is complicated. I don't have an immediate family on my side except for my one brother who I talk to from time to time. We see each other like once a year. Twice a year, maybe. I want to, Dwarven Dad. Time. I've only got so many survival crafting games I could play. I do want to play some, but like time is also a thing. But yeah, no. My family life is complicated. It's fine. Hey, Cremus. Oh God, Cremus, I'm sorry. Let's see if I can catch you with this one. I don't want to kill you in one hit. No. Oh God, Cremus, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm not paying attention. I was reading chat. I need to have gone back. I shouldn't have gotten rid of my old weapon because I'm killing all these guys way too easily. There's a Depresso. Hi, Daydream. There. Yeah. Do you need a taser, stun rod, some non-lethal weapon just for cap? You can actually, Simon. You get a later technology that you can get. It's actually a stun rod that will stun him and make it easier to catch him. I could. You're smart. I could smack him with my pickaxe. But it's also metal too, so I'm always worried about that. Oh God. There we go. I bounced it. It's a bounce shot. There we go. I don't even know where I am right now. It's so dark. Let's see. I'm gonna go west because I haven't. There's stuff here. Quick stuff. It's one of the Pokemon. Or sorry, pals. It's a Depresso. I should be reading the pal deck entries for those because Depresso. It has a few friends because of the perpetually grouchy look on its face, but it is in fact kind-hearted. Some have seen it feeding Vixie who have strayed from their pack. Hukrates. Often lost in thought, it sometimes finds it difficult to sleep. I think, therefore I am. What? Sounds like a terrible drink you'd find at a goth coffee shop. I'd like a Depresso, please. Yeah. Oh, I should get my... Here. Yeah. Now I have light. So they serve purposes. So like that's also one of the great things about like this game in general is also the fact that like, oh, I don't want to carry a glider around. I'll just have this one pal that I can use as a glider. Oh shoot, I'm overthinking. Like so that they can serve as functions instead of certain items in inventory. So you could go without having any weapons on you and just use your pals as the fighters instead of having weapons with you and focus on just catching. Okay, so oh god, no, oh Ruby. See how quickly we level up. Like, you level really quick by catching. Like, catching is just the best way to get XP. So, wheat plantation, yes. Mill, yes. I don't need the monitoring stand. I'm good. Thank you. Is there anything during the capture, a minigame, mashing the A button? No. So, getting things like status effects, positioning can affect your chances, and that's helpful. But, no.
Yeah.
You also get giant XP bonuses for catching 10 of the same type. And also, you want to get good quality passives for each one too. So like, you want them to be helpful in battle or in the base and that sort of thing. But also, like, some of them are just good for having as resources. I'd like one depresso, please. Certainly. And what size? Crippling. So like here we have one of the journals. So that's part of the lore stuff. You are clicking these journals from another traveler who ended up here. These would look really pretty, all these flowers in this church, but it's nighttime, you can't see very well. These are the big collectibles, the Lift Monk effigies. So you collect those, and the more you collect, you go to these statues, and you can increase your capture power, which is, you know, you have better chances at capturing things. But also, some pals are really, really strong, and you have to use really, really strong balls to even be able to capture them. It'll bounce right off of them if you don't have the proper like tools, and that also is going to help you too when you boost those up. All right, so I hit that one, and also every fast travel point gives you another technology point. Strong balls. Here you are, sir, and here's a coupon. Bring it back, and you get a seasonal depresso. Oh my gosh, seasonal depression's real. Okay, I'm back. Oh, jeez. Sorry, Rush Horde. I'm not trying to kill you. I just want to capture you. Wow, really? 76% chance. Numbers go up. Brr. Oh, here we go. This is a Vixie. That also looks like an Eevee. Is that the one you were thinking of, Kuno? Oh, I mean, my axe or something would probably be a lot easier.
Yeah.
It's a different thing. I've already caught a Vixie? Alright. I didn't know I caught one. Kind of want to be on the search for Lift Monk effigies, because they're all darted around. There's little chests you can find. There's the Lift Monk effigies. They're all in like kind of secret or hard to reach places usually, and so it's really, and at night they really shine, so it's really easy to find them a lot better comparatively. And collecting them, so like again, it's a great mixture of collection, discovery, and like exploration. Pansies. Where am I at right now? Okay. There's a fast travel point this way. Yeah. There's a little cavity. There's also seems to be something over there. I see some torches. Maybe? Yeah. Oh, I think I know what this is. I think I remember what this is in my previous playthrough. The abandoned mine? Yeah, the abandoned mine. Oh, boy. And that is, I think you need a silver key? Noxwood? Oh. Oh, Nox. Okay. The game, or the Pokemon Nox, or the pal named Nox. Not Westwood's answer to Diablo. No, no, no. Although I do have that game, Simon. I should play it at some point. Get ready. We're gonna go in the abandoned mine. This is something. I need to put this on my map. Marker. What would I put this as? I just put it as a star. I saw this and I was like, that's messed up. This is messed up. CD Arcade, welcome. How are you, my friend? Oh, no, I need you to see. This is the abandoned mine. There's the Black Marketeer. Look at this. Look at this man. This is the face of a really good guy. Just working and listening, and we'll see you, Arcade. Thank you so much, my friend. Hope work's going okay. It's trade in any kind of pal, whether it's stolen pals or even prohibited types. Take a look. Buy contraband. A Valet? Like prohibited kinds. What does that mean? A war sect? Does Palworld have a larger, more compelling story like Fallout 4's Baby Napping or No Man's Sky's Atlas Path? There is a world story, but I don't know much about it. I've gotten bits and pieces. It's like I could sell to this guy too, if I wanted to. I don't want to. I'm not going to. This guy's a crazy murderer. Prohibited like humans, I think. Although right now you can still sell humans to regular merchants. There is also, there's also prohibited areas, and I'm guessing also some pals from those areas too are considered prohibited because they're very special. It looks like. You can also fight that guy too. He's level 40, but you can fight him. There's an explosive barrel next to him. Let's eat. There we go. Roast Eichtherier. So there's journals. I'll show you here. Let's go. It's here, journals. Day XX. This world harbors a secret. I was convinced of this when I began re-examining the globe's geographical features for my research towards the end of last year. Looking over the island of the world, I noticed something strange. It felt like a certain area was empty, so to speak. I knew there should have been something there. It was unbelievable to me how no one could have noticed such an obvious absence in this location. With a few months of preparation, I was successfully able to guess the location of an island based on my hypothesis. With conviction in my heart, I chartered a boat and set out for the island alone. And that's where he is now. He's here. Oh yeah, I tried catching him. I'm not good enough to yet. Yeah. How to catch him, yeah, for sure. I discovered what appears to be an ancient ruin while exploring the island. Did humans once live here? Finding some kind of mural on the walls, I deciphered the symbols and found that it was none other than instructions on how to make that strange sphere from before. Using paldium, the name I've given to the blue ore found throughout the island, as a catalyst, it is possible to transform mere wood and stone into one of these spheres. I must record this method of production on my device. There happens to be a weakened pal near me, unable to move. Rolling a sphere toward it, I was able to capture another pal. Day 8. I caught sight of a pal riding on the back of a deer-like pal. Thinking it was a great opportunity to try something new, I tried attaching a saddle to a similar pal and riding it. It went better than expected. The pal was quite easy to ride. This will surely expand the area I can explore around the island. What's the why? Settlement building is fun, but what is it all leading up to? Is there a big bad? A Ganon? So there is. If you notice on the tutorial, it says, challenge a boss at Rain's Syndicate's Tower. Make sure your pals and equipment are in top condition. So there are boss fights, and there is like little cutscenes And there's stuff. There's mystery. Castaway's Journal Day 11. I had no choice but to run away yesterday, but I can't stop thinking about that tower. Just as I decided to fashion some gear to try approaching it again, I heard the sound of gunfire behind me. That person from yesterday is after me. I couldn't sit by and do nothing. I mobilized all my pals for a counterattack. Before I knew it, they got carried away and killed the assailant. It's not like I killed anyone directly. There's no one to blame here. I decided to distance myself from the tower and have begun to explore other areas. There were places in each area that appear to be vast caverns. They appear to have traces of human involvement, and ore can be found throughout them. Could someone have used pals to dig these holes? I can't help but feel overwhelmed by all the mysteries I'm unable to solve, but my pals have come with me no matter where I go, as long as I have food to give them, that is. There's a bunch of ones, and there is... I don't know if there is not an end game. There isn't. There's no, rolling credits, I don't think. But there are these towers with, masters in them. There are also some lore stuff. There's clearly some kind of reason as to why this place wasn't on any maps and why the guy found it. And I've found a place in my playthrough, in my solo playthrough. I found this island. It's right around, here. And it's all wacky looking, with just jutting spires and all this crazy stuff. It was really weird. So I go to it and it's you are in a restricted illegal area. It just keeps popping that up. Oh, you're in deep shit for being in here. And I was exploring it and they have these really powerful pals in there, but also they had these armed guards from the good, quote unquote good guys. They were kind of roaming around and I had to avoid them. And there's also these strange flowers. And you can use them to essentially make meth. Or heroin. You making drugs. You can give them to your pal to lower their sanity greatly, but increase their productivity dramatically. And of course I didn't use that. That'd be crazy. But clearly there's some shady illegal activity going on by the government in this game. Oh, that shouldn't have happened. I think they added an extra hit on there, an accident or something. Alright, so we got the wolf dudes. Where am I? I don't even know where I am right now. Alright, there is a fast travel point. Let's see. It's supposed to be this way. I didn't go this way. Oh, the King Paka. Level 23. I'm only level 15. Did I get new stuff? Yeah, I did that. Get some sleep, sarcastic friend. Have a great night. Thank you so much, dude. Have a great night. Thank you for hanging out. I'm not going after that King Paka, dude. That's too much. Although those Caprides, though, those wouldn't be too much. That's a day right now. We'll have a good day. Get some rest.
What?
I never make assumptions of time zones. You never know. Alright. So we gotta... It's up on the hilltops. Click, click, click. I wonder if you would like Windbound. It's a smaller survival game with a little Wind Waker. You make a raft, sail from island to island, survive and uncover what happened to your people when you were separated. I love that stuff. I eat that stuff up. I think I have Windbound, actually. Oh, man. Hold on. Oh, those are guards in the Wandering Merchant. Okay. Yeah, I noticed that the server sometimes freaks out because it gave me 2 hits when I did 1. The Wandering Merchant Guard. You can capture them. But they're nice. They're nice. They're not going to hit me or attack me. They're protecting that dude. How's it going? Hi, dude. Hi, Wandering Merchant. What's up? What you got? Anything good? Implode. No. So they also, all your pals get different special moves and stuff like this too. So I am so not going the right way. I've lost all sense of direction. There's that one, but there's supposed to be one over that way, but we'll just continue going southwest. It's fine. It's fine. We got a Dragon Warrior character standing next to a Final Fantasy guard, right? But remember, it's only ripping off Pokemon. They rip off everything. It's fine. What time is it? 11? Okay, we'll go for about another hour. Probably take a short break in a minute here. Perched. Yeah, this is the town. Oh, yeah, the town. So this is a town, Simon. Or what's left of it. It's like a shanty town.
What?
Ever explored a cave? I've heard that caves are home to loads of unique pals. What's more, there's even treasure troves created by pals with a knack for collecting stuff. Give me a shout if you spot any caves. I did find some. Gossiping villager. This guy's always asleep. This lady. Welcome, haven't seen your face before. Did you come from far away? Must have been a long journey. Take your time and rest up. This is the pal merchant. Hey there, we got some great pals in stock. No funny business. And only legit trading, guaranteed. Yeah, a gobfin. Ooh, don't have a gobfin yet. He's a musclehead. No, I'm fine. Yeah, look, they got little pictures of pals. And he's also got a guillotine. A little tiny one. It's very creepy. Makes me uncomfortable. Village chief. Have you ever been attacked by an enemy and lost a pal? If you have, try asking the pal merchant about it. They often find lost pals. If your pal's on the market, you might be able to buy it back. The Rain Poaching Group is selling pals they've poached and stolen to merchants. Really, what horrible people they are. I would just wish someone could take down their boss. Ever bumped into an extraordinary strong and big pal? That's my speculation, but it seems to be some kind of leader who controls the pals around. If you could make it your ally, it would sure be handy. But it's super powerful, so be careful. Yeah. We've seen the bosses before.
Huh.
There's this guy here. Yeah, the PIDF. Hey, pal tamer. There's hardly anyone around here now, but before the Rain Syndicate came, many more people lived here. Because of them, my income's really taken a hit, you know? If you're in trouble, let me know. As long as you pay, I'll do anything. So these guys are the ones that I saw at this, like, restricted zone. This restricted island zone. And it's very, like, skeezy. Yeah, we'll go, we'll just keep going southwest. Hey, there's this here too. Yeah, I forgot. This giant bridge. It's cool. It's got that sense of, like, wonder where you're like, what is over there? What is this thing? And going to see it. And, like, you know, what does that mean? How does it relate to this world and its history and all of this stuff? It just seems like there's... that they do a good job of piquing your curiosity and letting you kind of fill in those gaps yourself. And just kind of creating your own headcanon for stuff. There may not be an answer to why there's a big bridge here. You know? A big constructed bridge, especially in a situation where there's not really a lot. Like, there's that settlement. That's the only, like, town I've ever seen, or any settlement of any kind that I've seen in general. Besides, like, the little, poacher places. Damn bag. And I love that stuff. I love creating my own headcanon. I really hope that they allow for a journal feature for yourself, that you can take pictures, and I don't think they have a picture-taking functionality yet. I'd love that, to take pictures and also, like, be able to upload your own journals, or just make your own. Let's get ourselves a Caperty. Yeah, hi, Caperty. It's okay, buddy. Oh, damn it, too strong. I are too strong. One more, that's it. 13%. 13%. I should get one more hit on him. Unless I catch him. Ha-ha! This shrub on this pal's back produces berries as long as it's properly fed. It offers these berries to potential mates, and if the flavor is to their liking, romance blossoms. Aww. Hi, Caperty. Let me catch you, please. Oh my. 15%. I'm getting lucky right now. That's for sure. That is for sure. I'm getting lucky. I'll take it. Alright, yeah, let's go across the bridge. Hey, some arrows. I haven't built my crossbow yet, like I said I was going to do. Ouch, I'm about to die. Thank you, Ruby. You saved my life. Got some poachers now. There's some like Pokemon that you can, or sorry, pals that you can use to like as like as a weapon. Like you can. There's one fire type Pokemon that you can use eventually. You have to get a special thing for it. Where you can grab them. You can hold this fire Pokemon safely and use it as a flamethrower, which I think is very funny. These guys are a little tougher too. They're gunners, but they do a little more damage. They have like assault rifles. I'm coming to save you, little pal, buddy. Oh, look at you. You're too cute. A ribbunny. Aw. And okay, we got some little monkey dudes. Hey, Tansy, how's it going, buddy? Shh. Here. Oh. Too much damage. I'm sorry, Tansy. More Simic bugs.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, we get a raid! Lost Wolf, how's it going, dude? Welcome, my friend. Welcome, Raiders, one and all. How are you today? Shout out to Lost Wolf. Let me get you a proper... Hold on, I'm in the middle of a fight. I'll get you a proper shout out. Raiders coming in. Oh, I just died. You can absolutely name your pals. I just died. I was not paying attention. Apparently I was getting hit a bunch. I died there. Okay, so... Yeah, let's just go here. Welcome, Raiders, one and all. I'm Bogus Meat Factory. I'm a variety streamer. I play a little bit of everything. Let's get you that proper shout out, though. I love everything. Video games from all generations, all platforms. I love retro. I love new stuff. As you see, we're playing the new stuff right now. We're playing Palworld. I know that's like the new hotness. Everybody loves. Everyone's got to play Palworld, but I'm enjoying it for, you know, for me. Like I'm playing, you know, just for fun and just having a good time. Not, you know, trying to chase trends. Been following the game for a really long time. Curious to see how it's going to be. Zoe Rain's diary. Oh. And but yeah, check out Lost Wolf. Really kind person, really great streamer too. They're you know, play usually during the day, my time, Eastern time, and really awesome. Plays a lot of everything too. Loves some RPGs and stuff. So she says, Grisbolt was one of the pals they were going to sell, but she looked so lonely in her cage. She was just like me. And father, I thought I was still little back then, so I couldn't control myself. I waited until everybody was sleeping, opened Griswold's cage, and ran off far away with her. Sure to have a slice of my breakfast toast with her. We were both hungry by evening and went back to the base. Of course, all the guys were super angry. They threw me in a cage with Griswold, and I thought we were going to get taken away, but Griswold protected me. Not even their guns or bats could beat her. How did she get captured in the first place if she's that strong? But she didn't even try to escape. The big dummy gave Griswold a command, and she called down a huge bolt of lightning that wiped out all the guys. They didn't wake up until the next morning. Ever since then, I've been with Griswold. That's the boss that we're going to be fighting. That's the boss we'll be fighting, is that lady and her buddy. Old Griswold. Alright, so we gotta head north. The sun is setting soon too, which means we gotta move. Oh geez, I'm going the wrong way-ish. I should have taken the fast travel point. I should have gone to my base. I should have. I was foolish. Yeah, we died. So we're just, oh, it's gonna fall soon. And it's gonna be cold.
Yeah.
Eggs? 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 We gotta go north. This way, man. This way, my dude. I am, like, so all over the place. Like, I have no sense of direction. I'm all wackadoo right now. I don't have my glider with me. Don't think that you do. I can't tell you how many times I've tried to go recover my body. Assume I have a glider with me, and then fall to my death. Every time. But how was, how was Voice of Cards? Also, how was that going? How was that treating you today? Hi, Syndicate thugs. Don't mind me. Oh, God. Don't mind me. I'm gonna go this way. I have a feeling this is a bad idea to go this way, but we're gonna go this way anyways. I believe I can fly. No, wait, no. Yeah. I always, like, you get so used to having a glider, and then when you don't, you still assume you have it, and you don't. Voice of Cards is winding down. We're in the final area as far as I'm aware. And awesome. Are you enjoying it so far? Like, how was the overall experience? Is that the one where everything's cards? Like, the bulk of the game is, like, everything's made of cards and customized by cards. Is that the one you were playing earlier? Everything is cards, yes. Even, like, the options menu and stuff like that, right? Like, it's all cards. The volume sliders, everything, yes. I love when everything is cards. When I was a kid, have you probably, I'm guessing you probably played, Hand of Fate, right? Have you played Hand of Fate before? Cool aesthetic. They don't do enough with it, though. Oh, that's a shame. Hand of Fate is a card game RPG where, like, where, for those who don't know, where kind of the map of the area is laid out in cards, and each one you kind of build as encounters and that sort of stuff. So all of my pals were with my body too. Oh no, I gotta get my body back. We need to go back. Everything. And you explore, and you have these different, like, goals that you need to do, and then the combat situation. When you get into combat, it kind of plays like a Batman Arkham game, which isn't a bad thing. And I really loved it. But when I was a kid, my brothers used to make games all the time to play, like tabletop kind of gamey things. And there was one that was, they used these cards, they're called Skippo cards. And they would use those to create events, and they'd lay them out on a map. And we'd have characters with different stats that would give, like, bonuses to our, I'm right where I'm supposed to be. Bonuses to, like, the combat was just drawing cards, essentially, and they'd give you bonuses based on what kind of stuff you'd have. But each card correlated to a different event and different combat encounter when we were kids. I was like, I was like 4 at the time. And I loved it. And so when I played Hand of Fate, I was like, oh my god, it's that game my brothers made when I was a kid. I don't have a glider. Hey, I don't know if you know this or not, but I don't have my glider. I'm cold. I'm taking damage. I'm now wet and cold. And so, yeah, I was so excited when I played Hand of Fate. I felt bad because Hand of Fate 2 tried to be a little bit more narrative, right? And have more of a defined story. And it actually was a problem for me. It became an issue. Because, like, there was one particular, like, big moment in Hand of Fate 2 that was this big story moment. And I couldn't get past it. Or that I would, but, like, if you messed up, you failed. And there were so many ways to mess up and fail and have to start over again. It was very long-winded and very, like, just, it was relentless. And it's like, I'm not having fun with this. I have to stop. Even though I love all the stuff. That's how you feel about it at the end of HOF 1? Yeah. See? My guy is bogus McDougal parts in this. This is my brother's server, so I have to be really silly. Hand of Fate 1 has this very dumb boss encounter at the end that wasn't much fun. It wasn't the first time I tried it, and I couldn't do it. And I struggled, and then I attempted again months and months later. And it was, like, really easy. And I think I just got the right deck for it, like, and the right gear for it in particular. But I understand 100%. Because I was like, nope, I can't do this. I cannot beat this boss. It's impossible for me to beat him the way that it is now. When I attempted again another time, it was, I had all the right stuff. And it just seemed to just work out for me. But I agree, like, that was a pain in the butt. Yeah, it was not easy. It wasn't that hot. It was pretty rough. What was a Jolt Hog? I want the Jolt Hog. I'm gonna get that Jolt Hog when I get my stuff back. Good, my pals are still there. That's good. Okay. Oh, Jolt Hog, I'm too strong. I'm sorry. Oh, God. I wanted that Jolt Hog so bad. Oh, there's a bunch over here. Okay. I'm going to get my lesser powered wood chopping axe. Get this Jolt Hog. Okay. Yeah, no, it's not about killing the ads. It's about going for that hand. And yeah, it definitely is. Like, I didn't know. Like, it's hard to tell what to do. And going after the ads, and then it just compounds at that point. If you just keep going after the ads, you're just getting walloped. How I kind of handled it was I treated it like the ads were there to build up my super. And then I would use that, and it seemed to help. It seemed to make it a lot easier. So level 16. Now we can get the metal chests, which are great. Defensive wall, yes. The mega shield, yes. Okay. I don't need the heat resistant metal armor. This encounter's dumb and put the game down. Yeah, so like I definitely had to change my strategy and like how I was playing the game, without question. Like it required a lot more thought into how I was going to approach it, and it was tough. It wasn't easy. Even then, with that strategy in mind, it still was not easy. I couldn't just do it. Oh, a Tombat. I want that Tombat. He's cool. Yeah. Tombats are good. Oh, I need my spear. Shoot. Oh, they got the Tombat. So we ran into diary number 1. Okay. That was mass hysteria. 90%. Oh, sorry. What in the bogus meat factory is going on? Lip, we're just playing ourselves some Palworld. What's going on with you, my friend? That's right, because 99% of HOF doesn't even remotely need you to do that. So train you to thinking about the game one way, 100%. And that specific boss encounter wants you to play the game in a significantly different way. Absolutely. Ooh, Incineram. Oh god, I'm about to die. Shit. I didn't realize I was about to die. Oh god, you're so big, it's scary, and it's so cool. I want you. Oh god, I killed you. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to kill you. I wanted you so bad. You were so cool. Why did you betray me? I'm helping a guy with a card game at the moment and having this exact conversation with him, and he isn't getting it. It's very frustrating. It's tough, right? Like, there are so many instances where when we design stuff that it seems common sense to us because we designed it, right? We're like, oh yeah, we know how this works and how this is supposed to be applied because we made it. And then, but for people who didn't make it, to them it's not natural. To them it's not easy or intuitive. It's actually daunting and very difficult. And that's something that I've kind of come across too when like working with my tabletop RPG system. That for a lot of folks, they're just like, I'm terrified by this. And it's like, oh, but there's no limits. You don't have to go look at all this stuff. You can just kind of make it up. And they're like, yeah, no, I can't do that. Like, no, I need to be told what I can do. And it's like, oh, yeah, but you could. I actually built it in a way that is able to be done in any way that you feel comfortable with, and build your character any way that you like without any weird restrictions, just to help you make a story. And like, nope, I need very specific permission. I need permission. I need to be told what I can and can't do. And it's like, that's hard for me because I'm like, I'm a very creative person. So for me, I'm like, yeah, it's just natural. The game very much trains you into particular patterns, but as a player, he isn't thinking about those patterns that way. 100%. So yeah, in my instance, in my situation, like I have to create that framework. And like I did it as a universal system, and it still is a universal system. But when you market it as such, when you kind of pitch it as such, people don't understand. Like they just don't. They're crippled by that choice. They're crippled by that, and so you need to create some kind of structure, some kind of setting, something that they can relate to or connect themselves to, so that then they can be like, oh, okay, now I have it, I get it. And so I definitely had to really heavily consider, like, what am I going to do for that setting? What am I going to do for this thing to allow people to contextualize that they can build their stuff in a more freeform manner, but also still have this world that they can glamp onto. Wait. Oh, it's just a little bit. That's right. He's a little bit to the left. I always forget this. One of the things it trains you to do is to hold onto your card packs, because as you hold on to them, the cards in them get better. So you open them at the very last moment to get the best stuff, and that's the optimal way to play. But he hasn't seen that the game is training people that way. It's true. You need to put them into scenarios where it isn't beneficial to do so. And how you do that is making scenarios that are smaller and shorter so that people aren't holding on to them as much, or put them into scenarios where it's almost Bizarro World, where everything kind of works in the opposite direction. You can do a lot of different stuff to help get people to understand that, like, how that there's a different way to approach those situations on a case-by-case basis, but you have to lead by example. And if you don't do that, then people aren't going to know. They aren't going to know what they can and can't do, or what they should and shouldn't do. They're going to go with what feels natural and what has worked in the past. And if that changes, then they blame the game. This has always worked. Why isn't it working now? It's worked for 99.9% of the time. What you got to do is when you introduce new things, that you have to kind of cater to that. It's hard with a roguelike, right? Because there's no like constructed introduction of mechanics and a clear-cut application of it. You can't like make that linear or a linear experience. So what do you do in that case? Oh, those Mammoths are fucking something up. I want this Mozzarina though. I want him so bad. Come here, cow. No, come here. Oh god, the server's freaking out. Right here, trying to catch this cow, please. 29% chance. Let's do this. No worries, Lep. Thank you for the lurk, my friend. Milk pours from this pal like water from an open faucet. Regardless of its gender, it's truly a mystery of life, although this mystery may be better left unsolved. Oh my god. The Mammoths are they fighting each other? I think those Mammoths are fighting each other. That's wild. I might get myself a free Mammoth. I've never seen two Mammoths fighting each other. That is crazy. I need, oh god. Can we just quickly kill this one, please? Because I need it to not bother me while I try to catch one of these. I've never seen two fight each other. That's so wild. I've only got green. That's not gonna, oh, it's a 0.5%. 0.6. No, it's not gonna do it. 0.8. There we go, 0.8%. Let's see. Let's go. Oh, come on. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Let's go. Oh my god. The vegetation on its back varies between individuals. There's a long history of appreciating this veritable garden of a pal, and there are even Mammoths pruning specialists, stronghold strategists. Holy shit. 0.6% chance. Let's go. Oh, he's too strong. He's too strong. Sorry. I'm gonna go this way. No, it's fine. No, you're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. There is a quick travel point over here. Don't mind me. I'm just gonna go over here. Zerfall is like, oh. They were fighting each other. I've never seen that ever. So that was new for me. And we were able to, we had like a 0.7% chance on that. Let me get a silver key. I'll take it. 2%, more like 100%. Yeah, right? I got me a Mozzarina already. Yeah. I got me my big milky boys. I gotta put them in our base so that we can get milk. Let's go back. Where's our base? It's over here. Mojito water cooler break sounds perfect. It sounds perfect right now. I'm only gonna be on for another couple minutes, but oh, everybody's. Are you guys okay? You guys all right? Are you stuck? Okay, good. You're not stuck. Thank God. One of these has not eaten in a while. Where is he? He must be stuck somewhere. He's hungry. There you go. I got him unstuck. Alright, so my armor's damaged. I gotta repair that. I've got so much stuff. Ooh, Mammoth meat. Oh, baby. Yeah, hold on. Just want to be in like a safe place. Because we could get raided at any point. I'm like worried. Bucrates is adorable. I agree. His description is nice too. Often lost in thought, it sometimes finds it's difficult to sleep. I think therefore I am. I'll leave this on him. I'm gonna be right back. Whee! Gotta get some water. And a water sitting out on the counter. which I did not get because I forgot and I rushed in here. Oh, excuse me. Just make a day. Life-sustaining water. So we got to build some better chests. The metal chests are going to be a lot better for us. All right. There's a guy called Depresso. Poor little dude. He's not depressed. He just looks like it. And he's actually quite caring, but he just looks depressed. I know. Isha. I know, baby. The mega shield I need to get going. Sounds like you. Oh, Mojito. You're the best, Mojito. Oh, here comes more raids. My cat is on my back right now. Here they come. Wow. My Capri's dead too. I need to put them in the box. Ooh, incinerate. I want you. He just ran through them. Oh my god. They're gonna stand there though and take it, which is great. I want this guy. You need to come back so I can get these guys. Oh. What? It's like, oh, jeez, he's got like 2 hit points. Come on. 17%. Let's go. 6%. What? Come on. 37%. 3 now. 3%. 15. Okay, 15. It says 3, but it goes to 15. Like, we need to catch this guy. Come on. Oh no, it's gonna bring him all the way up to the base. Come on! No, 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 no! He's up the base. Shit! He's gonna kill everything, or they're gonna kill him. He's got fire though. Stop him! Oh, boo! I couldn't get him. Shit. These guys had a much higher, they're much more resilient, because they're like level 16 and 17, so like we hit a new tier, I think, of raiders. Yeah. Oh, get them. Oh, they running away? Oh, they running away. Goodbye. Your boss is gone. See ya. I just said, wait for a second. Was that a base raid? That was a base raid, yeah. I built a base in a way that is kind of more strategic, like geographically strategic, so that way it's harder for them to reach us. And I kind of put ourselves in a situation where I was trying to catch this guy, and the ball after he'd break out would put him higher and higher up, so that he went past the natural barricade. And so he got into the base, and then our guys jumped him and killed him. But I really wanted him. I wanted to catch him. We're gonna do just some basic management here, and then call it a day. And it'll be back tonight, of course. Let's repair my stuff. That part of Fallout 4, the tactical defense considerations, perimeter fencing, turrets. There's a lot you can do actually. So there are sandbags that you can build. Where are they? They're early on. Sandbags are right here. You can assign a pal to it, and so they'll watch for approaching enemies, and so like they kind of run that stuff. You can add traps, add gates and stuff like this that are gonna kind of keep them from coming in. But we have a wooden defensive wall, which we can put in just a bit. Yeah, so there's stuff we can do, but I want to build some things, get some stuff going. We need, let's see, the metal chests. That's what we need. Okay. When I get stone when? Stone walls I get in 2 levels, in level 18. Only the enemy in the zones with overlapping areas of coverage. Exactly. And so we kind of put ourselves in a position where they spawn in an area where they can't really reach us, but they also, the AI kind of glitches out too, which is kind of funny. All right, so let's build. Oh, it takes 15 metal. Jesus. I gotta gather all that stuff and have them smelt it. You guys coming? Just like it takes like a minute. Now it's like, oh, it takes 28 seconds. Oh, it's gonna go a lot quicker now. That'll come to help. Yeah, absolutely, Simon. And that's kind of was the point. When the game starts, you actually get to kind of pick where you spawn. The recommended area is kind of like the canonical start, but there's not really a lot of good places to build your base. In those areas, there's not a really good like flat area. And so it becomes really challenging actually to do that. And so I picked a non-canonical place because I had knowledge of like the game already, so I kind of knew how to play, so I don't need to go through that process. And just use that then to my advantage. Let's see, you have the horns. Bones, there we go, bones. Alright, let's see. Ammo. Alright, so let's start putting stuff in here and organizing things properly. So this metal chest is going to be used for parts. Monster parts. Another, and then we got any. Oh boy, chest is your favorite part, right, Simon? Your favorite part. Okay. I'm just going to consolidate some stuff here. I'm going to build some chests with different functions, so that way we can clean up some of the stuff. Alright, so the souls. Let's see, so we got materials, ammo. So these guys are empty now, right? Yeah. Okay, we're gonna break these down. We don't need them anymore. Oh, shoot. Still kinda need them. I still kinda need them, because I don't have any metal to make bigger chests. Fine. Put them in here, it's fine. Have some recipes and things that I don't need. Gotta grab some more metal so my stuff can smelt it. Proud of my very intricate storage systems for Skyrim, Fallout, and Stardew. See, Simon, that's the thing, right? Like, you're doing the Fallout stuff, and, like, you do the organization and chests and all that stuff. I think that you would love a survival game. I think you would love a survival game. I think that would be your jam. I am over cucumbered. They are not like the same. It was funny because I remember like Kotaku had an article that was like, "I'm tired of punching trees," and everybody's like, "Yeah, oh my god, like these are all the same. You just punch trees over and over again. It's so boring, so stupid, blah 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 blah." And but like, it's not all you do. Oh yeah, I have space. What am I doing? Why don't I just put this stuff all in here right now while I have room? Just for the time being, guys. It's fine. This the Memoros stone's a big one. Oh yeah, the Capertine meats too is really heavy. I'll just put that in there for right now. A lot of sort games are low effort cash grabs without a charm or purpose. That's true. I wouldn't say that you're wrong in that regard, but like, it's so fascinating to me that like people always like kind of shit on survival games for always being the same. And it's like, no, they just have certain core features. It's like saying a platformer, all you do in a platformer is jump. Like, how stupid is that? And it's like, no, there's actually nuance to it. And it's fascinating to see the different types of mechanics that they incorporate. The quality of life features that they do. How can they streamline this and walk that line between convenience and challenge? And you need that manufactured inconvenience is, you know what I always call it. But always walk that line. And most of them don't. Like, there's some games where it's like, hey, it's a survival building game. And, okay, to build a house, that's going to take you about 24 hours real time. Unless you have a group of, like, 14 to 24 people. And that'll only take you a small amount of time. It'll be nothing. It's almost inconsequential. Simon says the cute pals might win me over, though. Yeah, and also the fact that they all do different... They have different functions and different capabilities. And they behave differently. They serve different functions. And their utility depends on the person. So if you, for instance, don't like carrying a bunch of equipment around, you can have pals that serve those functions of being weapons, of being gliders, of being torches, of of being shields. There's the handballs, the land balls. They can be a shield. And factions. Is that we need factions? Why? I don't know. WoW does it, so we need it. Yeah. Yeah, don't get me into the PvP crafting MMOs. That's some BS. That's the... We can't create content, so we're going to just leave it so open that we're just going to say it's the player's job to create content. It's like, that's not... That's not how it works. Oops, I'm supposed to switch you the other way. There we go. Alright, so put this all in. Get to work, my pal friend. Yep. You're all excited. This is your chance to shine. Right? It's my ruby. That ruby's the one. It's your time to shine. Everybody's hungry. Eat. Eat, and then go, my pals. Go, be free! Emergent gameplay. Yeah, that stuff drives me crazy. It drives me crazy. Like, I can't stand that stuff. So... Hey, no. Hey, Ruby. What you doing? Hey, Ruby. I need your help. You need to come in and do this. Oh, thank you, Mojito, for suggesting the Discord. That's very kind of you. I do have a Discord. Why is it... Not egg incubation. No, not egg incubation. I want you to do this. What is happening? Why isn't she working on my stuff? Ruby, you okay? Hold on. Ruby, I'm gonna switch you out for a second, okay? You're fine. Ruby? In good condition. Idle. Why did I make that thing too close where they don't have room to work on it? Is that what's happening? Like, what has happened to my Ruby? Okay. We're going great here. It must have. This is in the way, I think. Okay. Drag that down. See if that changes things. What is happening? You're not gonna... There we go. Thank you. Thank you. Please refine. Thank you. Alright. That was weird. That wasn't normal. Which reminds me a tad of Dungeon Keeper. You could attract monsters to your dungeon by appealing to their individual needs, and put them to work researching spells, building traps, training to fight, torturing prisoners, or tunneling to make more new rooms. But cute. You can build training dummies in this, and train them so that they can actually level up while you're away. Which is also kind of cool. Okay, so she is actually doing what she's supposed to do. Thank you, Ruby. I'm going to start cooking. Maybe I'll attract the other one to help me out with this. Make some Memorose steaks. So this takes a long time. Here she comes. You're helping. Are you trying to smelt your Pokemon? No, I'm trying to assign them to smelt, is what I was doing. Not trying to smelt them. So I was like, grab them. If you grab them and throw them at a particular thing, it's like saying, hey, do that job. But for some reason, they weren't wanting to do that, which is weird. But I think it was because things were too close together that they couldn't technically reach it in their pathing. So I had to move the medicine table. Ruby. What do you... Oh, she's sleeping because it's nighttime. Let's go sleep then. So it can be daytime and they can get their stuff done. I'm the only one on the server right now, so it's time changes because I am the only one there, so. Because they all have day jobs. One is a kid who's in school and the other is my brother who works for the day. So yeah, Simon, you missed this too. You missed this. This was interesting. So we found some journals that are a little different. They're a little different. I'm gonna let you do your work while I read these journals to Simon. So we got the Castaways journals. We also have Zoe Rain's diary. The Rain Syndicate is those poachers. So here's her diary. I don't rate day one. I don't have a family. My father disappeared a long time ago, and I've never seen my mother's face. The only ones who raised me are those guys and Grisbolt. That's why I know I have no choice but to survive in this tiny little world. Those guys all chase around pals with their guns. They capture the ones they hurt and sell them to these other weird guys. In return, they get food. They even share it with me. That's why I don't have to be hungry. I don't think any of those guys really care about me. They just keep me alive because I'm the daughter of one of their bosses. I still believe that, even if I'm a boss now. Diary 2. Grisbolt. He was one of the pals they were going to sell, but she looked so lonely in her cage. She was just like me and father, I thought. I was still a little back then, so I couldn't control myself. I waited until everybody was sleeping, opened Grisbolt's cage, and ran off far away with her. I shared half a slice of my breakfast toast with her, but we were both hungry by evening and went back to the base. Of course, all the guys were super angry. They threw me in a cage with Grisbolt, and I thought we were going to get taken away, but Grisbolt protected me. Not even their guns or bats could beat her. How did she get captured in the first place if she's that strong? But she didn't even try to escape, the big dummy. Gave Grisbolt a command, and she called down a huge bolt of lightning that wiped out all the guys. They didn't wake up until the next morning. Ever since then, I've been with Grisbolt. That's the first boss. Nova Palworld Dego, welcome, and thank you for the lurk. Yes, lurk away. It's a pleasure to have you. Thank you so much. So that's the first boss you fight. That's them. And, I'm curious about that. Like, oh no, my cat's on the keyboard. Things are going to happen on the stream. I don't know what's going to happen. She might change scenes. We'll see. Hey, leave that alone. Leave that alone.
Want some rye?
Of course I do.
Of course you do.
Yisha. Oh my god. Oh, you're gonna get a message from Yisha. This is the message. Are you ready? You got the character limit, Yisha. That's what she has to tell you. That's what she has to say. It's important. It's really important that you guys know that. So there's some kind of character development in like the Yisha, please stop sitting on the keyboard. That's mine. You can go over here and look at it. So there's kind of some character development to those guys. Here's another message she has for you guys. Here's a Yisha message. A special one, just for you. 5R, 45R, 45R, 45R. Then 09 po, 09 po, 09 po, dash, 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 dash. That's my cat. One of these guys on a short break, he's hungry. And I want to know where they are and what they're doing. Like, what's wrong? Like, why are you on a short break? Go eat. The food's over here. You can go and eat. You can. It's right here. I'm about to eat a steak. Help me out. Cooking all the good food while they, smelt this stuff for us so that we can get the next thing built that we need to build. We gotta repair stuff and make more chests. I think your cat rolled over your keyboard. They did. I said it, Lost Wolf. I let you know. She was jumping on the keyboard and was like, here's a special message. Bam, enter. She did it twice. It was great. I love my cat. She's trouble, but we love her nonetheless. How far in the future do you think we have to go before Pokemon isn't ingrained into our pop culture? That's a good question, Dwarven Dad. "50 years. In 50 years. Three generations of people. That's a lot. Like, are they just part of our human storytelling now? Yes. Nothing Pokemon has to come out in that time to make it stick. Yeah. They have to be like, we will make no more Pokemon games. Like, that's it. There's the answers. That in the end, it'll have to be them saying, we will never make any more Pokemon games. It's done. The franchise is over. How might it be degraded? Will something supplant it, or will it just fade away? I think, Simon, in the case of something like Pokemon or like Mario, it just has to be in a position where nobody wants it. It's not, the product isn't good over and over again consistently, and that no one wants it. This has to not, yeah, Nintendo just has to not exist anymore. Yeah. That too. Either they're not making it anymore, they've consistently made really, really bad stuff that nobody wants, or just, yeah, that's it. Do I think that'll ever happen? Probably not. Probably not. Society will end before then? How about that? Technology and video games will not be a thing. And even then, they might still be in storytelling in some way. There was some kind of indelible mark on our subconscious, our cultural subconscious, which is a thing. That these things that we kind of just think are natural and normal are ingrained in culture. We think are just normal, and to us, we look at something like Pokemon, we look at something like Yokai Watch, right? And for us, we're like, wow, so weird and unique. And it's like, well, in Japan, yokai and spirits and those sorts of things, those are culturally ingrained in them. Those are natural. They're not novel in that regard. They don't have that same novelty for us, because for us, we're like, oh, wow, that's, so different. I have a cow that keeps getting stuck in the walls. In that wall. There you go, buddy. Sorry about that. And that's the thing, is that, like, we don't understand that as much as, like, as Americans in this instance. And as Americans, like, we don't have that as much. We don't have a lot of, like, spirits and that sort of stuff. We have ghosts, and we have cryptids. Bigfoot, like Mothman. That's where we draw those sorts of things from. For us, that Pokemon kind of stuff in those myths is definitely coming from those places instead of, like, religion and spirits, superstitions. Maybe Pokemon will fade and become archaic. No one will know what the word means, like roguelike. So many kids never played Rogue or know it was a game. It's true. Dormadad says, Japan's staying just closed off from the rest of the world for so long has birthed this, honestly. Christianity didn't come in and root out Shinto, although it's attempting to, it's attempting to. But it's interesting to see that stuff, and not, it's so wild too that there's just so many people that can't even recognize that. They can't even recognize, oh, like, it's a different culture that has different like values, and their influences are very culturally specific. Because we don't have it as much. We don't have that as much. comparatively, as Americans. You know, what's the comparative for American culture outside of cryptids? You know, angels. Like, what does Christianity have in terms of its like pantheon of supernatural? Your seraphim and cherubim, like, and even then, the thing is, though, Dwarf and Dad, is that the religion of Christianity doesn't have as much of a true adherence to it to even understand those things, and like their Bible doesn't actually have those things in them. Those are rooted into supplementary materials, and so that's what's crazy, right? Like, a lot of fan fiction with Christianity, and that's where the bulk of what we experience or know of as that is from the fan fiction. All right, so let's get our schematics there. Let's get our skill fruits. Our eggs. Eggs? Apocrypha, Dante's Inferno, Paradise Lost, exactly. Oh gosh, please don't. Okay. And get our eggs in here. Let's take these eggs. Taking those because that doesn't make sense to be on me. Okay. Eggs. Ammo. Oh, sorry. I'm supposed to hit R, aren't I? Yeah. Let's put that in there. Oops. My hat. My poor bowler hat. So disappointing. And then I can put the pal fluids in here? Yeah, pal fluids. Wool goes in here. Skill food. I'll take that, thank you. Oops. Cloth, nails, and pal spirits in here. No, pal spirits. I can throw these guys in their respective things later on. So yeah, that's what's fascinating, right? And so then we look at these outside resources as the novelty of those things. We take them from somewhere else. So we take like Norse mythology and into Japanese mythology, and we incorporate that stuff into, or we adhere ourselves to those things. That's maybe a better way to describe it. We adhere ourselves to those things. Adhere ourselves to those things. And that's very, very kind of telling, right? About our culture. Oh, that's right. We can make a wheat plantation now, can't we? Food. We can, but I don't have any wheat seeds yet. Once we get some wheat seeds, we can make a wheat one. I like sometimes when Japanese anime likes to toy with Christianity mythology, but sometimes it's just swapping around proper nouns, and there's no real message, metaphor, or significance to it. Double Crash says, "You, sir, are wheat seed." How's it going, Crash? It's good to see you, my friend. Yeah, Didi, I think that's also kind of interesting. Like they call it that, but then like it's still very clearly Japanese and very clearly like Japanese cultural, and so it's like, okay. So I need more Paldium fragments to make the mega shield, but I can make a crossbow, which I'm gonna do. How's it going, Crash? By the way, what you been up to? What have you been playing lately? Let me get you a shout out here. Let me shout you out properly. Folks, you should follow Crash. Really great. Playing Oblivion recently. Interesting. They're a great streamer. They stream from time to time all over the place. Really great. Nicest guy in the world. We love Crash. Crash is going to someday, maybe next year, be having to play Wolverine on the NES because the Wolverine game is going to come with the season pass. I've been playing, what's FIDA? I still haven't forgotten, Crash. Still haven't forgotten. Never forget. Wolverine game will come with the season pass. It will. I guarantee. Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right. That's right. That's the Super Famicom Shining Force style game. Yes. Wolverine or Werewolf? Simon, Wolverine. The Wolverine game that's going to come out someday, probably in a year or two, is definitely going to have a season pass. It's going to have a season pass. I'm calling it. It's a single player game. It's going to have a season pass. Straight up. No, no question. Wolverine, yeah, the NES Wolverine game. You're gonna if there is no season pass, I have to beat the NES Wolverine game. It won't. So Bogus will be playing. I mean, Crash. What happened about Shadowrun? What was that all about? Remember that? Oh yeah, play the Wolverine game for the NES. If the new Wolverine game that comes out has a season pass. It will. I gotta go make this mega shield. Let's put on my crossbow's already equipped. Good. Ah. What are you refining right now? You're not refining anything. There's a Oh, jeez. That was... Sorry, Ruby. I got some flame organs. I know about werewolf, right? Which one, Simon? There's a werewolf game. Yes, I know of a werewolf game that's out already, that exists. Is it something different? Or are you speaking of something different? Oh, I didn't load it. Damn it. Tell me about this werewolf. Crash says, I'll still play more Shadowrun, but man, I tried with that game. It's a PC RPG on the Sega Genesis. I mean, that's the best way I guess I can kind of describe it and justify it. I love it. I love it so much, and it's trying to replicate the tabletop experience, and for a lot of folks, it's daunting in that way. It is a bit grindy, without question. Simon says, there was a werewolf game for NES, and at one point it was a Wolverine game. I'm not sure what happened. Like if the license ran out, but they had to change all the sprites around, play with it. That in mind, and you'll see, play it again with that in mind, and you'll see it. There is a Werewolf the Apocalypse game, though. There is a third-person stealth action game that is just all right. Like, it's got it's like, you could see what they were going for, but it seems like it couldn't commit to what it wanted to do. Then it's like, hey, that guy is Magneto. That's the Juggernaut. Nothing to do with White Wolf. Okay, I was curious. Crash says, I mean, I like PC RPGs. I think if I had been able to get a groove going with it, I'd have been able to get into it more. I'd love to find that groove. So, like, early on, you want to... So, here's kind of how the groove that I go for that game. So, when you taking jobs... First off, you start taking jobs with a... But what you have to do is make sure that you only get delivery jobs or escort jobs, preferably delivery jobs. So if it doesn't pop up, you just exit the conversation and come back in, and it kind of resets it. Because and never take a ghoul quest, a ghoul job. We have to go into a place and take out ghouls. Never take it. Like the cost for ammunition and all of that stuff, it never meets the pay. Never does. But once you kill the stuff jobs, and I was getting spooked, yeah, don't do it. So you start doing just deliveries, and you'll start to get an understanding of where everything is. You're gonna fail, and you're gonna, come across a lot of problems, but you will eventually get an understanding where you're going and where things are. But yeah, it's always do delivery jobs until you can start to upgrade your things. Get a next, another party member. The party member that's in that initial area isn't necessarily the best choice. He's like a rat shaman. He's not necessarily the best choice, in all honesty. I wouldn't recommend getting him. But yeah, you really want to kind of focus on doing those first. And so, like, it is a little grindy at first, but once you start to get, like, substantial gear and better characters, team members that'll actually, like, do some stuff, that'll actually have some, like, really good functionality, like a decker, and that sort of stuff, it becomes really, really fun. There are online maps, too, now that helps a lot. It's true. Also, a piece of helpful information is that the maps are all capped to particular levels. Yeah, so, like, one part of the city is specifically for, like, these levels. Like, this other part of the city is for these levels, and... yeah, and it helps. And so, like, it's fun to collect, like, contacts. Like, you'll get, like, contacts that are going to give you access to exclusive gear, and, like, building relationships with different factions and that sort of stuff. It's one of those things that, like, it does take some time, and it is one that requires patience. And if you don't want to invest that time or patience, I get it. I don't think you're wrong for just being like, I don't have time for this. But there is something there, and, like, cyberspace is the coolest thing, and it's incredibly fun to get into, and eventually is, like, the primary way you make money. Oh, hello, syndicate thugs. So, like, there's a place, you can go to, like, sell data to. And there's, like, a little station to get into the web from there. And, like, yeah, just going there and gathering, hacking and getting data, and then selling that data is tons of fun. It's so much fun. But again, it requires work. Like, you have to put a lot of, like, you got to put some time into it. But there is something there. It's not it gets good at this hour or this point. It's just that, like, there is a learning curve. And, like, combat, if you're doing melee combat, like, you have to kind of kite and, like, get in, get out, and that sort of stuff. And same thing with guns. Like, you have to kite. It's really, that's, like, the only way you can succeed is kind of moving around and never stay still. Dwarven Dad has a random brain thought they had this weekend. Oh, hit me, Dee Dee. Crash says, Daria tried giving me tips too because she wanted me to enjoy the game, but it didn't happen. Like I said, though, I'll try it again. No worries. Dee Dee says, I was watching the John Wick movies. He is a vampire. Those movies are Vampire the Masquerade movies. I don't think you're entirely wrong, Dee Dee. Also says, one thing I'd recommend specifically with that game is to play a little bit every day. Oh, there you go. That's a good recommendation. Maybe just set a goal, do a couple missions a day. Like, and just kind of space it out. Don't grind it in, like, with big time, where you're just dedicating all of that time in these big chunks. That's probably a good recommendation. Because there's also sometimes where once you get, things built up enough and you get kind of your team, then when you start doing, like, the corporate raids and stuff like this, think of it maybe, you know what, Crash, think of it like an MMO. Treat it like an MMO. Treat it like EverQuest. Treat it like EverQuest. Because it is kind of very, very paced that way. And because, like, they have raids. Like, the game has raids. The mob guys do have a strong Ventru feel. The Continental Hotel has an Elysium vibe. John himself has max celerity and fortitude. Yeah, I see it. Crash says, at this point, I'm retiring some games that I put more time into than I want to, so the Elder Scrolls games are on the table for that. Oh, very much so, I get that. Is that Raid Shadow Legend? No. Raid Shadow Legends. Come on now. Shoot him in the butt. There are some things, Crash, that it does that EverQuest doesn't, but, like, there's a bit of, like, collection. There's a bit of there's definitely this like the accomplishment of collection, like collecting contacts, and then like building up to actually use them effectively, and like there very much is like I'm coming in today and I'm gonna sit down and this is my goal, like EverQuest, where you come into EverQuest and you're like, today I'm gonna go into this dungeon, today I'm gonna go do this thing, and that's how Shadowrun is. It very much is that, and I get it. I'm pretty sure that's not how you're supposed to swing a pickaxe. Quiet, Simon. This is totally working how it's supposed to work. Well, no. What I mean is that, like, it's pace like EverQuest. In EverQuest, you can't just go and, like, go from 0 to 60, you know? Like, you do have to work, and you do have to grind stuff out. And there are, like, points of high income. You know, grinding for bear skins, like bear pelts. There's that. They have that equivalent. That's what I'm trying to say, is that, like, you'll sit down and be like, this is my task today. I'm going to accomplish this thing. I want to get this thing. I want to do this one thing and work to do that. And it takes time. And in EverQuest, like, you don't just immediately get it. You have to grind for it. It's okay, Crash. You're great, dude. Don't worry. I'm not getting in a fight with you or anything. Don't worry. Talking about Shadowrun on the Genesis. The classic. The one that most people, they either love or hate. There's no in between. Pickaxes are partially gravity tools. You heft it up, and like gravity drop the pick into place. You swing down, you'll hurt your back and run out of stamina very quickly. Absolutely. Shh, don't tell them that, no. Don't tell the game that. It doesn't need to know. Playing the Shadowrun games on the PS5, those are very fun too. The Genesis one is a very controversial one. Some people love it, some people hate it. I'm in the love category. I need a you know what? You stay there. I need to get my land ball.
Yeah.
Oh shoot! No, you come back in here. Come back in here. Land ball. Nobody, help me make this shield, please. Hong Kong's supposedly the best one. I played and beat the first one, and I enjoyed it. But I was just like, it's fine. Also says, I like the Genesis game because it's an early RPG that does a thing I enjoy, which is to say... Get the next part in a second. Simon says, I love how Dragon's Dogma was filled with personal expeditions, where you had a plan that the game didn't give you. I'm going to get 3 harpy feathers to upgrade my hat. I need to harvest herbs for the trek to the ruined tower. Yeah, Simon, you might enjoy Shadowrun on the Genesis. Zerval says, I think that comes down to which one you played first, and if you already had exposure to Shadowrun as well. But also says, it's about making those little plans and executing them. Yeah. So my experience with Shadowrun on the Genesis was, we loved tabletop games. My brothers and I were huge into tabletop games. So it felt very natural to that. You know? It felt very natural to that. To what tabletop games are. And it very much tries to be the tabletop RPG. And the problem is... Oh, God. What is happening here? Why are you... No. Why are you moving in one direction? And so it mimics that. And the Super Nintendo one that everyone typically loves, like I would say that the majority of people say the Super Nintendo one's better. It's an adventure game. I don't like it at all because it doesn't have mouse support. Like, having a cursor as your main way to interact with things wasn't enjoyable. The combat's not enjoyable. The cyberspace wasn't enjoyable. The game world didn't feel, to me, as distinctive and unique compared to what it was in the Genesis. The Genesis one feels like Shadowrun, visually. I know Sakanako did patch mouse support in. I do learn this, yes. It reminds you of early PC games like Ultimate. And that's one of those things... No, there are 2 completely different games. Dwarf Dad. So the one on Super Nintendo was made by the guys who made Night... What is it? On the NES. Not Nighthawk. What is it? Nightshade. Nightshade? On the NES, which is another adventure-style game. And you can see the DNA between those 2 games very, very distinctly. Yeah. And it's just that, yeah, I didn't... Nightshade, not Lampshade. the thing was just with the Super Nintendo for me, and again, there's no wrong answer because again, people value different things. The SNES Shadowrun is a superior game story-wise, so I'm not gonna criticize the story, but I will criticize all of the features. So I would say that my kind of pedigree, the stuff I grew up on before getting into the Genesis was PC games. So like playing the Bard's Tale, playing Ultima, and getting into like the SSI games because we'd gotten a PC at this point. So getting into like Dark Sun and that sort of stuff. So PC RPGs were really big for me, and the Genesis has a major emphasis on that PC experience. It had a lot more Western developers, so that they were more akin to making Western-style games. And so we saw lots of ports of PC games like King's Bounty, which is really good. Buck Rogers from SSI, really good. Star Control, that sort of stuff. And, yeah, Simon. Yeah, so they made some Buck Rogers games in the late 80s, early 90s, like maybe 89, 90. And one of them got ported to the Genesis. And it's actually, some consider it a superior port. Same thing with King's Bounty. That they were like, oh, it did some things a little differently that actually make the game a little bit better and a little more fun. Also says, if you do play Buck Rogers, take a build guide. It's an old RPG and you can build your characters wrong. It's true. Crash says, I'm hoping that once the Genesis Shadowrun clicks for me, it'll be like D&D's Warriors of the Eternal Sun, which I love. You know, Crash, it might. And like I said, it's one of those games also you have to be in the mood to play. Like, you have to, like, be like, I'm ready. I'm ready to sit down and enjoy this game. Oops, my dude's hungry. Sorry, I'm not feeding my pals. Or am I hungry? Who's hungry here? Why don't you eat, buddy? Eat. There's food. Oh, did I lock you in here? Sorry. I didn't mean to lock you in here. Sorry. All right, Lamball. Lamball can... Yeah, I didn't use yours as a shield. Eat. Lamball, I'm sorry, buddy. You okay? Oh no, I got the Lamball stuck. Fluffy shield. Come in. If you do, yeah. So like, I get the mood. I got the crayons and paste. I prepped my tongue so I could savor the taste. Yeah, there you go. But just really understand that Shadowrun comes across a lot more like a PC game. It comes off a lot more as trying to be that more Western RPG. And one of those early iterations of trying to be a more open-ended RPG where you like do a lot of random jobs and kind of have the more emergent storytelling from players' experiences instead of being a focused narrative. Although there is one. There is a story. It's not as good as the Super Nintendo one, but it's still there and it's functional. But it captures the visual aesthetic of Shadowrun. The world as a whole a little bit better. And it very much captures what it feels like to play the tabletop game. You have lots of random encounters and random events that you kind of come across to and get to make decisions on. And they could go well or poorly depending on what's happening. And of course the way that you build your character is still very much like the actual Shadowrun RPG. And so you come from it, like if I want a Western computer RPG, if I want to have a little bit of a grind, but have it be a little more open-ended in how I build that character and how I build my party and what activities I decide I want to do and focus on, and have this kind of real like work to make that progression happen. It's fulfilling. Cyberspace is the coolest thing ever, and I wish we saw more of that in games. Surprising that we never really iterated on that concept in any way, I don't think. And so to me that's mind-boggling. But like it has that bit of collection and like achievement hunting where you're like, I want to get this contact, and so you have to like work to build up the money to buy that contact, and then they give you information and give you stuff that like helps you get access to things, or little benefits and little things for certain types of missions, or get you access to some exclusive gear. In situations where like, I'll get back to you, and like after time, then they'll come back and be like, okay, like you check out like who you are and what you say you are and all this stuff, and just kind of feels more of a living world for the Genesis, which is kind of crazy at the time. Is it perfect? No. The combat, the base combat, still a little clunky. It gets better as you go along, as you get more and more powerful. Still a little clunky. The combat's probably the most fulfilling if you play like a magic character. Using totems and having like firewalls, and you're doing a lot of environmental things and trying to get people trapped into spaces, and really crowd control is a thing. There's also the thing, Crash, is why I say it's very EverQuest as well. It's just kind of the roles that certain classes can take. Magic users do manage crowd control. They do manage the environment and setting up spells to get people into like firewalls and all that jazz. The combat and targeting wasn't great either. So yeah, it's very demoralizing. And so Crash, you will learn, one of the things you're going to learn is that as you're scrolling through the area, if it starts to slowly scroll just a tiny bit more, like you'll notice that it scrolls a little less, that means you're going to be getting into combat. And your goal there is to just simply run. Get yourself as far away as you can and get that much distance from them, and then that scrolling is going to move a little quicker, and that means you can enter buildings and just get out of that situation. You want to do that initially. It's just really hard, but you'll pick up on that, and it like the more you play it, it makes a little sense in that early game. But yeah, like totally understand that like kiting, crowd control, all of that stuff that makes like a game like EverQuest and its party composition and the class identity so good and interesting is very present in Shadowrun. Runaway fighting is bad. At start, it is bad because you're not quite there yet. Once you get a gun and a gun of good quality and enough ammunition, and like it's a lot more manageable, and that happens fairly quickly. But from the very start, you're not going to succeed. It's just going to be too tough. But you'll find it, and you'll find that groove, and it's going to be like okay. But it definitely takes some like practice and understanding, and again, it just throws you in, like an EverQuest would do. Again, very much design-wise, discovery is big. Oh yeah, no. Again, I totally understand, and I'm not saying I want to stress also, Crash. Like if it never clicks with you, and you don't want to try again, I get it. I do. And I wouldn't think that you're wrong for that, like not even remotely. But I'm trying to at least get that perspective of like why there's that appeal there, and why certain people really seem to love it very much so. I want to see this world you love, sir. It's a beautiful world. It's a beautiful world. Very, very vibrant and interesting, to say the least. But again, I don't blame people for not having that same perspective. I'm a very patient person. I very much will sit there and just let that game take me for where it wants to go. And like, it's weird. I think we're on the same page for a lot of games, especially when it comes to RPGs. Yeah. And would I say that Shadowrun is the best RPG on the Genesis? No, not even close. Would I say that it is? I guess how I would even say that like Shadowrun isn't a 7; it's an 8. It is an 8 game. It is. It's got a steep learning curve that is excessively steep, but you get that momentum fairly quickly. It's just literally like in the very beginning of that game, the first like hour of that game, you can't do much. You may spend an hour doing delivery quests, and then that's it. Like you then have at least your foothold in, and you can start doing stuff. And so not like with a JRPG, where like, oh, after hour 15, it gets really good. It's like, no, like the first hour is really brutal. Don't fight anything. Try to avoid fights as much as humanly possible, and in any case, run or find like a cop who's gonna join the fight. But like that first hour is going to be very brutal, and then from there, the rest of the game it's a lot more downhill. And once you get to new areas that are tougher, it takes a little more time to get your foothold in, but you'll have enough resources to be able to at least survive those situations. And it may be tough, but it's doable. And the game is hard. It like the moment that you do a raid on a corporate building, where you have your hacker going into cyberspace to disable security cameras, all the while like trying to hide from like enemies and like disabling the alarm systems, and like trying to go in and genuinely like dismantle the corporate security team, and like getting to like the top of the tower where you now have a terminal that's going to get you into like the executive database to get the data that you need. That is fun, and it's tense. Putting the run into Shadowrun, so I guess in that way it is the most authentic running game for that. So there you go, for running or from fights, yeah. But like there are these, there are, and like the going through like the Indian reservations and stuff like this, and like actually having that be like a major part of it, which was in Shadowrun, and having that stuff be like really a vital part of that world, and just kind of the political state of Shadowrun in general. There's stuff that is very distinct to Shadowrun that is present in this game, and it keeps it really good, like humanity, you know, like cybernetics and how that affects magic and that sort of stuff. Like there's that balance too, that balance mechanic, and there's just so many crazy things, like getting cybernetics that hook up to your guns to like help you in a whole variety of situations, like to create kind of this like auto fire system, and just crazy stuff that you can do in the game. It just, there's so many different like mechanics and different options for you in your build of what you decide you want to do. And it's crazy. You get claws, you can get melee claws. Who doesn't want to have melee claws? You can go full Wolverine. It's just cool. It's cool. It's cool. Anyway, sorry, I gotta end the stream. We have to end the stream. Let me go. It's full stream. Hello. We are gonna be back tonight at 9 p.m. Tonight at 9 p.m. I had to do this stream because I needed a decompress, man. This last week was crazy. I appreciate everybody hanging out. Tonight at 9 p.m. we're gonna play Schism, the adventure game, more Schism, and I hope to God I don't lose my mind. Like I might, it may, like I almost was broken on Schism last stream. The final puzzle that I was on was really bad. It was really, really bad. Let's go raid Sakura. She's playing Half-Life 2. So we're raiding Sakura. I got a message from my cat here. I'm going to give it to you guys. Here you go. Enjoy the message from my cat. That's from her. Let's go raid Sakura. Playing Half-Life 2 right now. I'll see you tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern. Have a good night, guys. Thank you so much for coming in and hanging out while we played Palworld. I really appreciate it. The conversation. You guys are the best. Now get back to work, slackers. Do humor. Oops. Bad one. Wrong one.
Fa, 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 fa. You say I'm just a punk and useless junk. I'll say I can't hang on